Should be able to traverse his way down that second part of the fairway.
Good shot from Jeremy. If he just had a little more height though, it would have been well out of that opening.
Good turn today, Matt.
And pretty similar position to Jerm, but a much different type of shot. Jerm went on the flippier side of a disc and ended up over left. Matteo went very overstable and let it pan out. And 2-nose up there for Evan Scott. Gonna be in a tough position. Sweet. I'm sure he appreciates that kick.
Nice little glance there. Jeremy Coling second.
Jeremy, get lucky, please.
Oh, and he knew it out of the hand. He had let it go a little early out to the right, and he's kicked pretty hard off to the right side. We'll see how far he got. Matteo again going very overstable, but kind of burns it over. Going to be in great position to get a birdie now.
He is. Luckily caught that hillside, slowed him down, kept him in the fairway.
Yeah, so today's round on this hole may question whether this hole is a par 5 or not anymore.
Really?
It's still difficult par 4, but averaged as a 4.14. Yeah, so 4.1 on the day. 72% of the field getting a birdie or better. 51 players birdied, 19 players got the 3.
Ooh, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of Eagles on Championship Sunday.
Yeah, 19 eagles, 21 pars. So almost as many eagles as pars on this one today. People getting aggressive.
What an out by Jeremy. You often feel like you're in jail on that right side, but he's in circle one there.
Yeah, looks like he's still going to get his birdie. Matteo also going to be dropping in his first birdie since hole 2, I believe, after scrambling this whole round.
Yeah, he sure has been.
Oh, baby.
Oh, Bradley. He's been hitting a lot of metal from circle 2, but just been a little too hot today.
And Evan Scott, after being well off the fairway on the first off of the tee, able to scramble up there for a birdie, gets himself back to even.
Yeah, see, like that's a tough one. Off the fairway like that on the beginning of the hole and still getting a birdie.
Quote unquote birdie. I like it. I like the par 5. I was just pointing out stats, that's all. Bradley Williams cards himself a turkey. Moves us into hole 9. Just the second par 3 of the day so far, 258 feet. A little putter shot, little stand up if you've got it. You can go forehand. Very difficult to get it to stop as it slopes downhill very quickly. I think right-handed backhand putter shot stops and is easiest to place yourself close to the basket.
Yeah, a little confused, honestly, from that Bradley shot there. I would think he would throw the putter, but, you know, goes with the sidearm. Jeremy is well going with it and also leaving it inside there. That'll warm up. It's looking better.
Yeah, very overstable disc, and is going to end up catching that roll. It's so
my
difficult.
goodness.
It's so difficult to stop. If you go overstable to try to control your distance like he did, then you've got that opportunity to roll. And if you throw something glidey, then you just don't stop. It keeps going down that hill. So hard to execute.
Yeah, very touchy par 3
Take
here.
something hard right there. Got it.
As there you have it again. He gets a good log right there. Gonna be just outside circle one, possibly inside the edge.
Yes, skip from on top of the circle like that and end up below the circle. Pretty wild. Oh, man. Bradley getting a little bit of a roll there, too.
Oh my God, Coling. Coling? What is that, dude?
And upset with himself after playing well to this point. Having a tough little. These par threes can get you out here,
They
you know.
do.
This is just the second one of the day, so you're not used to
Just sit.
this type of shot at the moment. And it's gotten Germ on this one. He's going to be putting for bogey now. Where is this? He's so far down there.
Rolled 120, 140 feet deep.
Evan Scott, just a little bit left side.
Yeah, unfortunate there. High
Yeah.
left.
Lots of hyzer on that putt. Makes it very difficult for it to catch anywhere really besides center. As hole 9 bringing in some struggles on our card.
Yeah. I think we're about to play it 2 over as a card.
Germ is in for the bogey. First one of the round. Still 5 under through 9. Matteo threw a good shot. Caught a pretty mean roll away, but still able to get his par.
Seeing some bogeys here on this par 3. Not ideal.
There you have front 9 results. Matteo, only one able to keep the card clean, but Jeremy Coling had the most birdies. He's able to jump out to the lead on the card. Gannon Burrs got the lead on the field.
4-stroke lead going into this back 9. I think he can close it out, but, you know, Calvin Heinberg coming up behind. You never know.
Yeah, Calvin seems to be right there every event this year. Fun to watch all these guys absolutely shred this course out here at Idlewild. Really enjoying watching this coverage. Thank you guys for tuning in to Gatekeeper Media. Make sure you like and subscribe. For Nick Hansen, I'm Nathan Queen. We'll see you guys out there.
Welcome back, disc golf fans, to the Back 9 coverage of round 2 of the 2021 Discraft Green Mountain Championship, presented by Upper Park Disc Golf. I'm Brian Earhart, joined again by Nate Perkins, and we have another special card. We have Chris Dickerson starting the front 9 with a 6 under par, throwing extremely clean, hitting putts. And he is currently in the lead.
That's as good as a front 9 that I can ever remember out here at Fox Run. I mean, 7, 8, and 9 are holes that we see the majority of the field play for par. Taking a look at the leaderboard here, Ricky Wysocki, 5 on the front, right on his heels.
Here we go.
Hole 10, 315. Has to be playing as one of the easiest holes on the course here. There is a little OB right and long, but with the way that the green is, it's like a backstop.
Yeah, this is like the closest to a stock shot that this course has. Throw an overstable disc on a forehand, chip it into the green. It's a shot that players practice all the time. Presnell does not like the forehand.
And Chris actually almost threw that one out of bounds.
Yeah. A little bit too far right. Presnell just going smooth turnover. Look at the wind just
Little
gently
lift.
lift it.
Great looking backhand turnover.
And that was not a stock shot. That was really controlled.
Marweed going Firebird here. He got the special permission from team captain Nate Sexton to make the Glow Firebird his signature disc as well.
And it's awesome because he throws it. He has a very similar play style to Ricky in that he loves the Firebird and he loves the pig, and they throw very similar lines with them, it seems like.
And, you know, we spoke quite a bit, actually, about Ben Calloway's ascent. And I gotta think that Marweed is star team material after the season that he's put on.
He has been on camera quite a bit, playing very solid. Yeah, he just in general, you know, value as a player. If he's committed to staying on the tour and putting all the work in, I'm pretty sure any company would be more than happy to have their logo on him.
Things are changing.
Yeah.
The companies are making more money, and there's value in having your logo on any one of these players' backs as they're competing for these titles out here on the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
And it's the media game as well. You know, we're becoming sports entertainment, and the players are the entertainment. And Dickerson snags another birdie. 8, 9, 10. We move into this back nine where there's a lot more scoreable holes. There's a couple of the hardest holes in the course, but there's a lot of holes where if you're not birdieing them, you are not feeling too good. And Presnell taps in a very short birdie. And we move into hole number 11, 600 feet. This nice apple tree kind of splits the fairway. You either go kind of low, flat driver down the middle, or you turn one over on the left side. And then you have this tricky, tight gap downhill over a stone wall, OB all around the basket. Distance is really crucial so you can come into that green softly.
Chris has had this same D2 for years.
And it still cuts. It still has a beautiful cut at the end. What a drive.
Oh, he straightened that one out quite a bit. He's going to have a pretty sharp turnover into the green.
Yeah.
Which he probably doesn't hate.
No, there's two gaps too. There's an outside gap, kind of a backdoor route, and you can go more direct at it, but it's a tighter gap. So you definitely want to bite off as much distance as you can. Presnell going a little bit short. And the forehand did not turn enough. That needs to sit down. And he's just pinned off on the right side. He'll probably have a very similar sidearm into the green. And he doesn't like that one either. And the struggles off the tee continue for Corey Ellis. Okay. A little bit of a reaction off those rocks. He's going to have a little pitch up to the basket. Whoa, look at the
What did
wind.
he just throw? What kind of flight was that?
I don't know. It looked like the wind had shoved it down, and it shoved it perfectly through that gap. It looked like it kind of fell out of the sky. And that is a really solid shot as well. Oh, no, it slides out of bounds.
Yeah, that's the trickiest part about this hole is
Yikes.
controlling the pace through this gap.
The line looks so good. And Chris has kind of a tight turnover here. He's far enough up.
Yeah, and that first tree on the right marks OB where it starts.
Oh, smooth turnover. Wait a second. What?
Wow.
The moment you saw it flatten, you're like, okay, that is looking right at the basket. And that's our second throw in of the tournament that we've seen. We saw Corey throw in on hole 2 at Brewster.
Yeah, that's right.
And now we have an eagle from Dickerson who's already shooting a really solid round of golf. 8, 9, 10, eagle on 11. The man is in firm solo first place right now. And that is a nice momentum boost.
He's 9 under par through 11 holes. That was incredible. I mean, that wasn't going OB long either, I don't think, Brian.
No.
It seemed like it had the perfect pace on it.
And Andrew hitting early tree there. And he just cashes the not necessarily a comebacker, but hits the tester from 40 feet. After a mistake that could have cost him a stroke.
Tricky little straddle there from Perez. Didn't quite get the nose up on that one.
I started playing disc golf with my family when I was 8 years old. When I was 16, I got my first job as a cook at a bowling alley, and that's when I made my first batch of beef jerky. As I got better at throwing, I also got better at making beef jerky. Everyone told me they loved my jerky. After 15 years of making my beef jerky as a hobby, I decided to make it available to everyone. Double G Craft Jerky. Give it a try. You're gonna love it.
All right, hole 12, 700 feet. Got this OB wetland in the middle of the fairway that separates the two. You can only throw 350 off the tee here. This one's slightly uphill on the second, but a really challenging hole. You can't be right off the tee here or you really pinch your angle off.
Yeah, this is all placement on this initial shot. Just a basic hyzer. But you have to practice this hole numerous times to find where the good footing is on this first fairway. What looks to be a decent shot could be stuck in a ditch or on a downslope. There are flat spots, but you have to scope them out ahead of time.
That's a great spot right there. Anything past that tree probably has 400 feet into the pin from there.
Yeah. And another great backhand from Marweed. That's actually almost perfect positioning. Corey has ripped this shot.
Wow.
And yeah, he's going to be in prime time.
It just came out of his hand fast. I wish we had a radar gun on that one. And this is a hole where the wind can be really tricky to read. The wind on this part of the fairway is always different than where you're throwing from.
Yeah, look at the trees behind Chris.
Look at that frame of Chris. That doesn't even look real. Look at those clouds in the background. How beautiful is that?
Yeah, they're really not even... There's no rhyme or reason to where they're blowing right now. There was tailwind earlier in the day, and Chris has put A big move on this and threw it 2 feet off the ground, and now he's
Yeah. just
Couple feet outside
floated
circle
long.
one.
That was a huge shot. I mean, that was flat, too.
I mean, he has the magic today, Nate.
He's definitely working the disc. And
Prez
that-
also working the disc. That's 20 feet away from the basket for birdie. Oh, baby. Love me a Corey Ellis standstill. This could be the change of pace that he needs. It's got a stick. Nice little touch off that tree.
And you know what I've noticed, Brian, about Corey, is that his demeanor hasn't changed.
Yeah.
With all the failures that he's had today, he's lining up each and every shot with confidence and still hitting it hard. It says a lot about his character.
Yeah, and it says a lot about why he's been on camera more this season. Having to fight your ego on the course is one of the toughest things, and once things stop going your way, it's very easy to want to protect yourself emotionally. So being able to break through that is where consistency can begin to come from. And obviously, like you said, Corey he's managing the best he can after snagging a great birdie on this hole. And you see here, Presnell's tied for third place. He is having a great round as well. He's kind of being eclipsed by this man right here. But a solid round going so far nonetheless. Marweed taps in his par. We're going to move into hole number 13. Telephone wires. Telephone poles. A nice reference point, actually. You want to kind of throw a hyzer that subtly breaks right in front of that telephone pole. Another stock shot.
Yeah. This one is blind. Can't really see the gap from where you're throwing. But like you said, that telephone pole is a great reference. Something that is gently hyzering just in front of it.
Presnell absolutely parking that last shot. Let's see if Corey can keep that momentum going. That looks a bit more committed. If it gets a flare.
It might have.
Yes. That is perfect shot. And
Here's
let's
that
look
pendulum.
at this. Yes, the Corey Ellis pendulum, the ability to get his entire body weight into the shot. So unique. But that one was just a simple 3-step. And he has such long levers. He's able to really accelerate the disc at a speed I cannot fathom.
And shout out to Chasing the Bees, filming in the background. Disc golf poetry. I don't know if you've read any of his work, Brian.
You know, I haven't, but I've seen him all over the place.
I'm sure there's a poem or two out there about you.
That made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, Nate. Maybe I'll have to go take a look. Marweed lining up a backhand. Oh, yeah, that looks like a solid line. Oh, no. Bit unfortunate. Very close to being a solid shot. Needed to come in a little bit later.
I don't think he's missed from that distance yet today, though.
Yeah. Okay, 40-footer. Oh, we are in cookie distance, folks.
Gatekeeper rewind.
I love
Look at
this
it.
little
Look at
stepper.
how his palm is just open and to the sky. And
That's
the
that pure push putt.
disc is out of his hand early. He is just so comfortable from that distance right now over the past month and a half.
His putting stroke is looking really, really good. I noticed he used to throw a lot more of these like towering push putts that kind of dive bomb nose down. His ankle is kind of changed up a little bit.
All right, hole 14. It's only 315. It probably plays closer to 345, slightly uphill, and just so many trees in the way. There is OB right that can kind of get in your head if you hang the hyzer out too wide. Also, OB long, and if we see it all the time on this hole, Brian, if you hit the base of one of those trees on hyzer, they really do like to pick up and roll OB right.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that like to do exactly what Presnell did and play to that weak side away from the out of bounds. Corey throwing just a long hyzer flip, doing the same thing, and that is another fantastic shot. He's starting to pick up some steam late. Disc is finally starting to come out of his hand the way he wants. Marweed giving us a backhand clinic today.
Oh, yeah.
And give us a tree. Added to the disc golf course that Gatekeeper is building with all these wonderful instances of tree love. It's going to be a tough course, Nate. Oh, yeah. All of them playing to that weak side, just not chancing that danger.
Can get a little obstructed over there, and taking a look here, but does not matter. From a straddle into the wind. And that moves him to 10 under par. And we had mentioned it before. The conditions out here were tough. I mean,
Unpredictable.
at this point in the day, I believe 7 down was hot, but by many strokes. I mean, the average score for round 2 was closer to par.
Yeah.
I mean, we had several players that shot well over par.
It was one of those days where the wind wasn't the gustiest it's ever been. It's not like we were at DDO, but it was changing directions in these bizarre ways and slowing down and speeding up. But we get into hole number 15, we get a little break from that unpredictable wind, and we have this iconic, tight, right turning tunnel shot. Love this hole. Tough backhand for Presnell. He's got to get this thing flipped up. He doesn't have room for a left to right. He has to kind of flip it and then turn it over late. And that's about as flat as he can get it. And that's going to push a little long, but it gets great play off the trees. And he's going to have some sort of circle 2 look. The rest of the card is likely going to be thrown a forehand.
It's such a bad spot over there on that right side.
Yeah,
so many trees.
You can't fight through the right side to
No.
get to the basket. You're having to waste a shot pitching out.
Even like 60 short right is a tough par.
And this is just in Marweed's wheelhouse. Give us another tree.
All right.
We're going to put it on the signature hole. of the incredibly challenging Tree Love.
Can we
Gatekeeper
pick
Disc
the
Golf
type
course.
of trees? Can we get some live oaks out there?
Absolutely.
Some pecans?
Sure.
Citrus? Chris stretching this one out a little bit. Also needs some help.
Love it.
All right.
Chris is moving. He's going to move the 20 under par through 15.
He hit some really small gaps to get into the circle. Boom!
Oh, and the shove putt.
In the chains the entire way.
That was a fully... Please give us the Gatekeeper rewind. He just kind of flings his arm into the putt.
And he's one of the few players, James Conrad, Ezra Aderhold, that when they putt, they follow through to the left.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind.
There's a video on my Instagram I posted a few months back from Mike Strauss, one of my disc golf coaches, works with Paul Uleberry, did a really awesome analysis on that exact type of putt and used Ezra as an example from Gatekeeper's coverage of Las Vegas. So check that out, and it actually is really enlightening.
Hello Leopard 3 is stable. It want to go straight all day long. That's why I love it. It feels good in my hand. It's just very comfortable to grip. Just throw, it's gonna fly straight for you. And I love their plastic. It is beautiful. Look at this color. When you have a pretty disc like this, you just want a birdie, right?
All right, hole 16. One of the premium par fours on this entire property. You've got this 400-foot dead straight tunnel. Another OB wetland right here that separates these two fairways. And you have to land straight. If you bleed off to the right or left, you have no line at the bucket, and you almost have to lay up your second. And the ground on this fairway is just, there's roots everywhere.
Yeah, this is one of the toughest tee shots on the course to keep straight. And Presnell just got some fantastic tree love.
And falls off the tree. Like, falls away from it, giving him
That's a pretty
some
good
room.
look. Oh, yes.
Need some hyzer.
And he's been giving us kind of a backhand clinic today. And for him being such a sidearm dominant player, it seems like he is really super solid. I like how he kind of forcibly closes off that final plant step, especially to throw that little drifty turnover out of the hand that he threw.
Yeah, that was an FD that he threw, actually.
Ooh. Kind of compensated for the little uphill shot that he had to throw. And then Dickerson kind of taking a more open approach and throwing a hyzer flip. And that is, again, so good.
All three of those are prime spots. Most of these players would pay to have their disc right there in one.
And that needs to get moving. And he does not get the same love off the tree. It gets real hairy back here.
In the open.
Okay.
Can't stress enough how tricky this ground is, though.
Yeah. The footing is awful.
Even in a premium spot, you can just have all these roots and it's slightly uphill and you're trying to hit this little bottleneck that's got OB everywhere.
Ooh, and throws all of his body into the shot. And is going to be a little ways from the basket, but still right out in the open. Chris is definitely going to be hunting the pin on this one. This is a perfect angle. Yeah, not bad at all. A little bit short. And from where he's at, that was just all torso rotation. You saw he just even fully followed through from that obstructed bit of footing. And Marweed again is going to execute well. He's just going to be able to pitch up.
Where's this one at in the scoring spread?
You know, hole 16 is the 5th hardest hole in the course. Averaged a 4.49. Presnell almost jamming one in from circle 2. There's a lot of holes on this course that are averaging well over par. Almost half the holes are averaging well over par.
That one got away from him. He's kind of checking the wind there. It almost looked like that flag kind of died, like that tailwind just wasn't there after he released.
Yeah, he might have been looking for a drop.
And that's a great par save. I mean, Corey's second shot went 100 feet, maybe.
He's
showing
just
some
trying.
heart.
Yeah, he's just trying to survive at this point, and he's doing a good job. He's birdied a couple of holes down this final stretch. 2 more birdieable holes left. All right. And here we move to number 17, 385. Subtle bender around the corner. A little bit downhill. Of course, there's OB all around the basket. This is a lot of trust.
It's really hard to get a read on this one.
Yeah. It's a lot of trust in your equipment, a lot of trust in the practice you've put in. A lot of players throw a lot of reps on this hole.
Is this Raptor?
I actually don't know on this one.
Ooh, that a little straight out of the hand, but that was a stable disc.
And he has moved inside circle 1, 20 feet. Presnell also putting together a very solid round.
Are we actually going destroyer here?
That might be too far left.
I think you're right. Oh, wow. Sit down.
Safe.
Checks up just before.
And Dickerson is 20 under par. Solo first. Oh, no.
But he's in bounds.
He's in bounds.
Typically don't see those low penetrating shots work out too well
No.
on this one.
You have to trust it up in the air. That's definitely wide.
That has to be too straight.
It's checking up nicely, though.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just it's so deceiving. I mean, years in playing this hole, and I still haven't got a great read on it.
Yeah, Chris knows he's playing well. Yes! Corey Ellis, weak side yet again. You gotta love dropping one in from 35 on the elevated pin. He is doing the best he can. He is grinding at this point.
Yeah, he definitely didn't give up on us.
No. And like you said, that's why we're seeing him here on camera. He's not giving up. Couple inches from making that one,
Yeah, do you typically see those kind of catch?
especially with the hyzer angle.
Presnell, he is just a couple strokes off Chris, and Chris has just gone low this round.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew he's got to be 9 down.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And here we go. Marweed taps in. We move into 18.
Probably in my Dream 18. This is one of the more iconic holes on the Pro Tour. Just a beautiful, expansive view. Also one of the most challenging holes that we see. This is the hardest hole on the Fox Run Meadows course.
Mm-hmm.
There's OB right and left. You have to swing it wide if you want to cover some ground. And if you don't get back in bounds, it's basically a re-tee. That's why you see so many big numbers on this hole.
Oh, and there's the Velcro grass. We've been getting a little lift on that right side. Lot of drives skipping OB left. It's a better side to miss on, but obviously we're looking to stick them out here. This looks pretty good if it has enough stability to come back. This is crushed.
Corey Ellis is a
my
madman.
lord. Anything that gets to that tree is 550.
Especially into this headwind. And you're throwing downhill, so it's much easier to put it a little too nose up.
Mm-hmm.
And that headwind just slows these shots down.
Okay. Marweed puts a pretty good height on it. Oh, and he digs right on the edge of the out of bounds line. No skip.
And if you remember from, I believe it was last year, when Chris took an 8 on this hole, swinging the first couple of drives out wide.
And this looks pretty good. That looks better than pretty good. He is in great positioning to get up and down for yet another birdie.
Andrew's in a tricky spot here. He can either play this big Annie out over the road or go with this straight gap on the right side that kind of brings that right OB into play.
He's going drone, it looks like.
Oh, and he just pures the low gap. He's going to have that for a 10 under par.
We've been seeing just a lot of textbook shots get executed so well. Very clean round. And then here is Chris attacking the green. Sit down. No way. What a round for Chris Dickerson. Again, like you said, we haven't been seeing him too much on coverage, and it's fantastic to see him out here. He is an absolute treat to watch, and that was for the double-digit round, but Presnell's going to walk off this course in tough conditions with a 9 under.
Brian, it looks like 3 of the 4 players on this card are going to be on the lead card for round 3.
Yeah, all shooting very solid numbers, and there's Marweed tapping in his birdie on 18.
He made the lead card. I mean, he was just smooth all day.
We've been waiting for it. We've been waiting for our chase cards to sneak up to the lead and make a push for the win. I am sniffing. I smell a chase card champion.
It could be this tournament. There's no doubt about it, but they're going to have a lot to catch up with Chris Dickerson being at 21 under par.
We have 2 more rounds left. We have a 3rd round and a cut, and then a final and 4th round.
So Chris at 12, Ricky Wysocki shooting an 11 under par, though.
It's anybody's game. We go back into the woods for round 3 at Brewster Ridge. We will catch you there. Make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube. Nate?
It's a treat to watch disc golf out here in Vermont, Brian. Thanks to Gatekeeper Media for the premium coverage. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your favorite hole out at Fox Run Meadows was.
See you next time. Welcome back, everybody, to the Front 9 coverage of Round 2 of the 2021 Texas State Disc Golf Championships, presented by Latitude 64. I'm Brian Earhart, joined here again by Nathan Queen calling the shots. What's up, Nathan?
Doing good, man. Coverage here powered by Innova, and I'm excited to see what we have on this second round of Dogwood. The pace has been set, the scores are there. We've got some guys ready to attack and see if they can move themselves to lead card.
We do have a phenomenal card of players. Matt Bell, a national tour winner in Delaware at a super heavily wooded Iron Hill course. James Conrad, always good in the woods. And then Matt Oram and Ricky Wysocki. What a treat. And this is going to be a interesting day. There's some storm clouds looming in the background today, so let's hope the weather holds off for these players.
Yeah, very sticky out. Even while it's not raining, you're working with everything you can to get your hand to grip the disc correctly. So hopefully those storms hold off. Here we are, hole 1, 474 feet, par 3. Kind of an in-between hole. This is a pretty tough hole to get unless you've got about a 500 hyzer shot.
Yeah, and this is a shot, again, not many players that I've been talking to are playing this for a park job. They're really just trying to get a 3 here. This hole averages a 3.4. There's just a lot of trees blocking a natural flight of a hyzer, so let's see what Matt has here.
He gets it out wide. This is looking good if it gets around that. It looks like it catches the branches on the backside, though. He is in position for his 3.
Virginia, James Conrad.
And James having success early on with his new plastic. What I like about James is he's just as sufficient with the hard flex as he is with the hyzer flip. So I'm interested to see how he attacks this course.
Yeah, James has always been fun to watch. He's got that long run up, and he throws the disc so smooth, even with all of the movement that he has.
Big stall hyzer out of the hand. Put a little ante on that, threw it high. Yeah, he should be in position.
Gets past the branches, and he's got a downhill 45-footer or so if he wants to run it.
And Matt Oram has been playing disc golf professionally for longer than a lot of new disc golfers have been alive. It's amazing how long he's sustained such a high level of play.
Yeah, fresh off of a win last week at the Pot of Gold.
Just such a long linear snap. So high up there.
He also gets through clean, no branches. He looks to be a bit further away than James, but still has a downhill look at it.
And Ricky has been feeling good. He's
Yeah.
been saying it in interviews. He's been winning. Just won an absolute nail biter in Belton. Let's see how he attacks round 2.
Yeah, he's got a very good pushing forward hyzer, so I expect him to be able to attack this hole.
Little tight, but that has enough distance, I believe. Oh, wow. Like you said, that's the height of hyzer you need to have.
Yeah, and that's right there in Ricky range. He's got less of a downhill putt, so it's not as scary to run as the other two, since he did end up going a little further left side.
And Matt has, just clips those ninja branches on that tree. That's going to be a tough putt. Nothing he can't make, though.
Yeah, this is kind of what he likes to do. Look at him smiling. You can you can see he's excited about it already. Oh, and gives it a good run there with the hyzer over the branches. Good distance control with the hyzer too, able to stop it even with the downhill run.
Matt looks like he's going to float this one a little bit.
A nice jumper right on line, and the downhill forces the disc just left side, and it falls out. Great run there.
Would have been a fantastic 2 to start the round. And here's James. James's drive got up there a little farther than we thought as well. This could be a great start to the round for James. Floats it. Ooh, just off the tray from about 50 feet.
Yeah, comes up just low. Seems like he was a little more conservative than the straight line bids that we're used to seeing him run there.
Just low from Rick. And again, you're taking 0.4 strokes in the field by just parring this hole. So Matt taking a bogey, not too bad. If this is the bogey he takes, it's not terrible.
Yeah, not the worst bogey to take. It does feel better to start your round with a par,
Absolutely.
in quotations, since the hole does play so difficult. But a couple good bids here, and just a few inches away from 3 birdies here.
And a par for Matty O, par for James. And we are going to head off to the next hole.
Yeah, hole 2, 300 feet. You've got a OB creek that goes through the fairway at 2 separate points. And then that tree on the left, if you go with the left to right moving shot with a righty forehand or a lefty backhand, is the last tree you have to miss. Push just long or come up just short, and you'll be in a good spot.
And James going with a flippy envy that he likes throwing. This is a hole for a righty backhand. You almost want to pretend the basket is like 20 feet left of where it's at. Just give yourself a putt. That looks good.
Yeah, stabling out. Looks like it'll push long of that tree I was talking
Wow.
about. Maybe a bit too long of it, and is pushed to circle's edge long, but still looks to have a pretty clean look.
And this is looking like pig distance for Ricky. I'm not sure, but maybe not. Maybe he's got a Firebird in his hand.
No.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a Firebird.
Just misses those trees on the left side.
Nice
has the distance
shot.
control a little better and skips just long of that tree. Great shot.
And Matt, I think, has a pretty underrated sidearm. Oh, just clips one of those inside trees.
Yeah, it goes super stable. He needed just a little bit of straight flight out of that, and I think it could have worked out for him to clear this last part. Knowing Matt, he's trying to dunk this in for his par here.
Yeah, it's no coincidence that he was the throw-in champion for the Pro Tour, I believe, 2 years in a row. Him and Barsby tied 1 year on the dot.
Oh yeah, Matteo just a bit left side the first putt. This putt dead center.
And I love how him as a spin putter still thinks about the trajectory of the putt. He's putting to the basket, not through the basket.
Yeah, and a great straddle putt out of James there. Gets it nice and floaty on the way there. Floats right to it. Not much left for Ricky to do here.
What a treat for us as commentators. What a awesome card of differing skill sets that we're going to get to watch here.
Yeah, all four really have different styles, and we get to see how they make their style work through these tight wooded holes.
And that's going to be, unfortunately, another bogey for Matt after going OB on the drive. We move into hole number 3. Very challenging placement-oriented par 4. It's 564, but you really have to bite off a lot on this drive.
Yeah, if you don't get to it just past where you saw that mulch there, get to at least that mulch, then you're not really going to have a good angle to attack this green. Lots of different trees to come into play you won't be able to see unless you get 300 feet or so off of this tee.
And I think James has a volt in his hand. This should be a little hyzer, stand up to almost flat. Little early, but oh, that almost snuck through.
Yeah, he's fortunate he got that far down the fairway. It'll make it easier for him to be able to get a par.
Oh, and that is gorgeous. And look at that thing slowly flip up. Never quite getting to flat, but not crashing out early. That is
Man,
amazing.
That is fantastic. That's the best drive I've seen so far. It gets up close to the OB creek.
And this is the mistake.
That if you're Ricky,
Oh,
it's still going to be okay.
no way.
What an incredible roll. Even without the roll, that was still going to be, there was something to be over there.
Yeah.
But he is in the perfect spot now. That world champ roll.
Yeah, I guess. Two-time world champ roll. And Matt gets a nice kick as well.
James looking to have a putter in his hand, just laying up to that creek that these guys were reaching off of that drive. He'll have some type of shot there. It's hard to say with the trees which way he'll be going, but he'll have a shot for his par.
And Matt with a huge turnover sidearm. That went deep in the basket.
This underrated sidearm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't even know. That was amazing. But that's what I like about Matt's game. He has seemingly every trick in the book, but you kind of just know him as a steep hyzer flip backhand thrower, but has so many shots.
Especially the putt. Oh, and Matteo hitting the one tree in the middle there. He'll have a circle 2 look now instead of tapping in for his birdie. Ricky's still getting down to a knee and going out. He most likely went with a pig there with just enough stability to get off of that tree. Easy birdie.
This is about a similar range to hole 1. Little nose up, Annie.
Just a bit high out of his hand. You could tell he knew right away. And these are fun here. Matt Bell crouching down in the woods.
Yep. It's almost like his percentage gets higher when he's stuck in like a vine or a thorn bush.
Yeah, I really would probably be more surprised if he missed that.
Yeah, exactly. James taps in his par. Another textbook play. Couldn't get the drive where he wanted, and just classic layup.
Putter, putter, putter.
Stress-free, yeah. A 3 out of 10 mini placement, but he will tap in his birdie.
If I need to get up and down in a pressure situation, I'm grabbing the AVR X3 every time. When you can connect the visualization of the shot that you're trying to throw with the feel of the disc in your hand, that's really when magic happens. I can trust throwing the disc as hard as I want or as soft as I want to do exactly what it's supposed to do. Like the AVR is the best putter of all time, the AVR X3 just might be the best approach disc of all time.
And moving on to hole 4, we'd like to thank Flight Factory for the drone coverage here. They've got us covered all week, so make sure you get them checked out. Hole 4, 474 feet, another placement off of the tee. You want to get maybe 220 to 250 feet off of the tee shot, even though this is a par 4. Just hit the gap, and there's one blind tree in the middle you really want to miss.
Ricky going wide with that Firebird again.
And he does miss that tree and has landed in the fairway, has an uphill look towards the basket now.
I believe this is a Hellfire out of Matt's hand. Overstable disc from DGA, fantastic flyer. I also have one in the bag.
And James with the backhand turnover and catches that tree that you can't see off of the tee. Kicks off to the right a bit. There's sometimes a way to get up to the basket from there, but it does get pretty tough.
Yeah, these blind gaps that you have to hit, this is just a hole that you have to sit on this tee pad and practice and practice and practice and visualize what shot is going to get around that corner, because one mistake and you're going to be sitting back. There's Matt Bell again, chucking one through the woods.
Oh, and almost gets through there. He makes it to the other side of the fairway, which does open up some, and drops down to the middle. So
He should have a par.
yeah, should have an easy par chance.
James with a beautiful looking turnover.
What type of angles? Man, that was an incredible turnover shot. It still flattened out a little bit and didn't burn over. He had so much anhyzer on that, and he now has a birdie chance.
Matt, kind of a misfire. He's going to be obstructed from circle, maybe circle 2. Here's Ricky after the best drive. Flip your pig.
Yeah, gets it over just a bit, but sneaks on up there about 20, 25 feet.
So, jokingly, this is about a 50-50 look for Matt from about 120.
Yeah, he goes with that same overstable mid-range he threw on 2, and does almost throw it in, actually.
Actually looks like he's throwing a 10-year zone. So that is, he is flicking his zone. He is allowed to throw Discraft because DGA is made by Discraft. So I believe he has some Zeus's in his bag as well.
Oh, and a good-looking scramble shot there. Again, catching just the last tree from Matteo there.
And that's interesting about this course is all the pine straw on the ground. You really have to dig yourself some footing because it's so slick on the floor of this forest.
Yeah, if you don't clean your lie off good, it's easy.
Oh, there is a beautiful putt from James.
Let's see it again.
We talked about this with Dickerson's stroke yesterday. Simple
what a great
continuation of his weight. His off foot just kind of slowly comes through. He lets his natural follow through carry his body forward. Gorgeous putt.
We've got a par save look here. Trying to keep the scorecard clean, stay 1 under. And he knows it out of
Gorgeous.
the hand, chasing it down. What a great putt. And Ricky cleaning up his birdie.
Thank you for watching Gatekeeper Media. My tour disc will be released soon. I don't know what it is yet, but I can't wait for y'all to support me. I'm running 5 tournaments this year, 4 AM C-tiers in Mobile and 1 Pro-Am. Taking all $3 out, not out of the purse, but I'm putting it into the open field for the finale. So y'all check it out.
And we're going to move into hole number 5. At this point, the infamous hole 5. Super specific, challenging shape. And then even when you hit this gap, look at this tiny 7-foot gap you have to hit to get down clean to this basket, perched on the edge of a cliff, and then you have a creek right behind it. Tough backhand shot.
Yeah, it's playing as, for round 2, playing as the hardest hole on the course. Slightly easier than the day before, but it has switched to the hardest hole. Just very difficult to get the birdie, and once you get a kick like James has gotten, it's very difficult to get the par.
Yeah, and Ricky looks like he's gotten up there, and here's Matt, who's also put a pretty good move on this shot. Yeah, I didn't hear anything. That sounds like it's...
Once you get around that corner, you're happy with it, pretty much. If you just see it floating, Matteo has done the same.
Okay, I promise this hole is way more challenging
Oh my
than
goodness.
our card just made it look. Oh my gosh, 3 clean tee shots. This averaged a 3.47 for such a short hole. That is unheard of. And it's because of this. You hit early, and the scramble to the basket is one of the more creative shots you'll have to throw all day.
Yeah, it looks like James going to be going forehand roller, which is the key get out of jail card.
Yeah.
Or shot, I would say.
And you know when James has to break out a forehand roller that he's stuck in a rough spot.
Yeah, and he gets it down there pretty well, but with how short he was off of the tee, he's still not really going to have a look to save his par. He will try anyway. Gets a fortunate little tree stop
Definitely.
there. He was about to have another circle's edge putt. And Ricky, if this is we've got 2 putts inside of this putt. Ricky just got the birdie.
4 in a row for Ricky. There's a
We
birdie
did
on
say
5.
that this hole played at 3.47, not 2.47.
Yeah, I'm actually astounded to see 3. And we haven't seen Matt's drive yet. Matty-O for another birdie.
Dead center. Is that? No, that's James's.
Is James really going to ruin a star frame on hole 5 on Dogwood? I am astounded.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible, guys. I don't think this is something we'll see again, at least for the 3rd round. I don't see this happening.
This is just one of those holes that in practice you were watching players throw forehand rollers off the tee, backhand rollers, tomahawks.
There is a high left forehand as well that I saw somebody go for yesterday.
It's such a specific, floaty Anheuser turnover.
And the card plays at 2 under par with a bogey. Just incredible stuff there on hole 5. Moving into hole 6, 243 feet. Kind of the first hole on the course that you walk up to and say, I am going to birdie this hole.
Finally.
You've got an OB creek right in the middle. Just miss those trees by the creek, though, and you'll have a walk-up par if you don't get a good tee
that's got to
shot.
sit down. And it does.
Yeah, a good couple trees there. Kicks him one way, back the other, and he stays inside the circle. This needs to go right. It did. And he is also close to circle's edge right there.
Oh, look at that release from Matty-O. Look at that, old school looking snap at the end. He just pops the disc a little bit nose up. Kind of a similar trajectory to Cale LaVisca, actually.
Yeah, and he gets right up there pin height. Kind of those bunker trees on the right side that can mess with your putt a little bit. But he is within 20 feet. And James fillets it down there.
It's almost like James designed this hole. That's like his favorite shot.
And Matt Bell with a circle 2 look here. One of his favorites. Has got one tree kind of in his line.
Oh. Kind of a misfire out of his hand there.
Not something we're used to seeing.
He does like to putt hyzer, so maybe that tree did kind of make him think a little bit. Ricky cashes his 5th birdie in a row. He looks good right now. He looks in control.
You can see a small tree kind of just to the right of James here. Hopefully that doesn't affect his putt a whole lot. He looks like he's trying to do his normal swing. You did see him kind of short arm his follow through there, but he's able to jam it.
And that's going to be a nice bounce back stat for him after the bogey on 5. He knew it right out of his hand.
Yeah, just a bit soft and faded off to the left.
And I've noticed that these Latitude 64 baskets, while not being a negative trait, they don't like putts on the side as much as other baskets that we have on tour. A lot of those low, weak side putts don't tend to stick.
Yeah, it seems like the chains are a bit thicker.
Yes.
And they kind of just push off a little more once you hit them.
Yeah, they like dead center quite a bit. Matt's going to tap in his par.
Love getting outside and challenging yourself to become better? How about spending time with family and friends, or just marveling at the pure joy of flight? Then you've come to the right place at the right time. Join the PDGA.
Moving into hole number 7, we have an old school par 4. Can be birdied with a mid-range play. You can get aggressive on this subtle dogleg left and throw a flippier driver on a steeper hyzer and push it around this corner. It's very, very placement specific.
Yeah, this is the second easiest hole on the course. And it's just as long as you make it around this corner, then you have a fairly easy way to get up for your birdie, and especially can get your par.
And Ricky looks like he's put his into a decent position. Here's James.
This looks a bit inside if it can get past everything.
Actually, might have been a fortunate kick.
Ends up not too far behind Ricky there. This is looking pretty good out of Matt.
Yeah, he threw something a little bit flippier, so it actually popped up and panned a little bit more. Matty O doing the same.
Yeah, and 4 pretty good shots there. They'll be slightly off to the left side, so they'll have a little bit of work to do.
And the forehand from James.
Not something you see too often, but he has been working it in there.
Beautiful. That was a solid-looking forehand, just clipped something.
Matty-O going with the same line. Gets it up there, misses that tree. Park job. Ricky trying to put it in.
And you know at this point, if he's feeling this good, he is trying to drop those into the basket.
Absolutely. He's got great control with that pig. Matt Bell also trying to give it a run. And 3 up there on the green for birdie, and James going to give it a long look here.
Just right. Almost pushes out the strong side. James sticks it for par.
Yeah, and like I said, with this being the second easiest hole on the course, you don't really feel great with a par here. You're wanting to get the birdie moving on to the next hole, which is a pretty tough birdie to get.
Little high there for Matt, but he is going to card the birdie to move to 9 under par total. And here's Ricky for 6 birdies in a row. And this is the harder part of the course to score on.
Yeah, this front 9, if you can get through 4 or 5 down to score on the back, you're feeling good, and he's got 6 of them so far.
Matt's also not playing too shabby. He also cards another birdie. And like you said, moving into number 8, this is a tough par 3. Again, very specific. You hit this gap on a subtle hyzer, has to pop up the entire way to flat and hit this tiny gap. Lefty backhand turnover flex or righty forehand flex is the optimal line here.
Yeah, there's not a great way for a righty backhand to really access this green. Ricky needs this to get a little more stable. He's right there at the creek. It's a long look for him, but most likely we'll be getting a par from there. Matt a bit early. Couldn't tell if it skipped forward or not. If it didn't, he's going to have... It gets pretty tough to get past that creek. It's kind of like a wall of trees there, and if you're not on the right angle, there's not really an opening.
There's really one gap, and it's the one that the drone flew through on the flyover.
Going with the righty backhand. There's a way to sneak up there on the right side. He taps a tree and gets around to where Ricky was at, it looks like. Which is, I mean, that's fine with most people.
James throwing same little baby hyzer, and that got through everything. He is on circle 1's edge, and he will absolutely take that on one of the toughest holes in the course. It's a nice break for James after having kind of a tough time getting it going this round. Throwing not terrible shots, but just not giving himself enough chances for birdie.
And Matt Bell with the prayer falling down throw forehand there. Not quite able to scramble, but it does look like it's put him in the gap to hit to get to the basket. So good recovery shot there. He'll be able to salvage a bogey, it looks like. Ricky upset with his layup there. He was definitely wanting to make it.
Oh, definitely. He had mentioned in some previous interviews that right now his putt's feeling like he can make him from almost any distance, and any opportunity he can throw an AVR, he's going to do it.
And James for the lone 2 look here. Just outside the circle. Oh, and that right side just doesn't want to grab. Just pushes it off to the... Just
bounces it off the pole.
Yeah, you hate seeing that flop out, man. You can see the disc upside down. It just kind of hits and turns upside down, falls right out.
And that's going to be a par for Ricky, and you can tell how dialed he is. He is frustrated missing this almost impossible hole.
Thanks so much to Gatekeeper Media for filming today. If you want to support what I'm doing or follow what I'm doing, you can follow me on James_Conrad_III on Instagram, or you can go to jamesconraddiscgolf.com to get some JC gear.
And moving on to hole 9, 351 feet. After the tight fairway of hole 8 that you've just seen, this one looks like you're out in the open and you really want to attack it and get up there in the circle.
Guessing Ricky was going with a rock, and that's his first misfire that we've seen.
Yeah, he gets it slightly off to the right. You've got to throw, you can tell that it's a little uphill here, so you have to throw up to get it over this peak before it slopes back down. Matteo has done it perfectly. This is the type of drive you want to see.
Pretty much thrown out of his shades. His shades fell off when he made that drive, but a gorgeous shot. And like you said, it's a little uphill, and you need that little drift back to the right, so you have to throw something a little less stable than you think.
Yeah, we see mid-ranges from the majority of these guys, maybe up to a fairway. James has made the same mistake that Ricky did, pulling it just off to the right. Matt Bell might have this a little high. It does touch something, but keeps moving forward, and he's just outside the circle there. And James has kicked off of the fairway into this open area over here, but throws an incredible upshot. I haven't seen that angle over there. Looks like he had to hit a pretty small gap to get up there.
Ricky, it looks like he's just trying to knock in every single throw that we've seen.
Just so dialed in, all of them coming close.
Gorgeous putt from Matt.
Yeah, just outside the circle, stays away from his jump putt, and slings it on in there. Another bounce back stat for him. And Matteo with the perfect drive, not really much work to do there. That's what you like to see.
Perfect drive. And Ricky with 2 pars in a row.
Yeah, that'll probably light his fire a little bit, and he'll be ready to go.
Especially with how good he's been throwing the disc this round.
Yeah, 6 in a row to put him 6 down on the front 9. Incredible start. Matteo not far behind, though.
And yeah, there you have it, folks. Look at all that green on Ricky Wysocki's scorecard. He is 6 under through the front 9. Our card is really not shooting that bad. We do have a pretty scoreable back 9 coming up. We have a lot of players shooting hot.
Yeah, Ricky and Matt up there on lead card at the moment, at this point through the round, looking to keep that push going.
Make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube, and we will see you on the back 9. Again, I'm Brian Earhart. He's Nathan Queen. We are signing off.
See you guys out there.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Back Nine coverage of Round 2 of the 2021 Open at Belton, presented by Discraft, the world leader in disc sports. I am Brian Earhart, joined here yet again by Kona Panis.
Hey Brian, yeah, we're excited to check out this back nine. Might see a few players start to, show some good scores, so I'm excited for you guys to see it.
Yeah, we had kind of a chaotic front nine, and you were able to kind of weather the storm and stay steady at even par for that front nine, taking the lead by 2 strokes over Valerie, who has had a rough stretch of holes, losing focus. Heather Young also had a rough triple bogey. And it looks like it's happening to a lot of your field. I know Missy Gannon is actually the one in the lead off the lead card. She is playing phenomenal right now. But I'm sure for you, you're not necessarily looking into the scores just yet. Hole number 10, 689, par 4. Are you changing your game plan today?
Yes, I am. I think yesterday I threw like a Halo Destroyer to beat the wind, but we don't have any wind today. I actually checked and was like, oh wow, no wind. So I blend Emperor, full power, full commitment.
And this was a big drive. You had mentioned that Emperor was flipping up a little bit, giving you that extra forward push, and that's way up the fairway.
Lisa's trusty Halo turn.
She could probably just play this round with a jewel bag if she wanted to.
Totally, 3-disc challenge.
Yeah, 3-disc challenge, no problem for Lisa. And Heather's thrown a great distance shot. You can tell she is working on her distance, trying to catch up to that top-level tour distance.
This was a crush.
And that beautiful, flat, slight turn out of the hand. Dead center. And quick form check here. Something that I really like is how short your second step is, which gives you the ability to instantly rotate into your throw. Too long of a back step sometimes causes that spine to bend over. Fantastic drive from you.
Great placement from Heather. Also, about my form, not a lot of people think about it, but using my left arm as momentum has been huge for me.
Yes, off-arm technique is something that I think a lot of players are beginning to think about as the throw is getting more figured out on a biomechanical level. That off-arm placement means so much. And there's other sports that actually are talking a lot about it as well. Bowling is actually an interesting example of a sport that uses that off arm as a counterbalance, just like disc golf.
No way.
Yeah.
Lisa ended a little bit left, and Valerie's going to give herself a putt. I had 2 routes. I could have gone the forehand or the backhand, but I practiced the backhand, so Lone Howl next to that tree.
Kind of a similar spot to round 1. Solid shot from Heather.
Lisa and her P2. Always good. So Val actually has like a little bit of a low ceiling.
Trying to line it up. Reset. Ooh, and a little tailwind potentially just dropped that right out of her hand. Oh!
Dude, this putt was
nice.
crazy. I had these weird twigs in my stance, and I couldn't rock back and forth, so I just kind of had to will it in with just my arm and that spin.
That is a fantastic birdie putt. Playing the wind. Heather has taken yet another par. Valerie is going to stay at +2. And again, unbeknownst to you, at 1 under par, you are beating your card, but there are players chasing you.
Shredding the course.
Absolutely shredding the course. Moving into number 11, par 3, 293. It feels like you just want to slide this one into the hill.
It's almost like you want to like chuck it at the hill and have it just slide up to the basket. I kind of skied mine in the air, but I'm happy with the result.
Nice soft landing. That should be a birdie look for you. And Lisa does not like it. Little wide.
Look at this. Beautiful.
And I'm jaw dropped. That was a gorgeous flex line from Heather.
Just such great control.
And that's a tool that's going to get her a long way in this game as Valerie throws another perfect backhand to 15. Like you had mentioned, these conditions are prime scoring conditions. And another birdie.
I was stoked about that putt. I was a little worried if I missed the drop off, but yeah, no, felt super confident.
3 of the last 4. You moved to 2 under par. And it kind of seems like this is what you have to do on this course. There's only so many holes with the way they're distanced that you can safely birdie. So you have to attack these as much as you can. Put a little extra pressure to get some of these easier birdies.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa with yet another par. And I'm thoroughly impressed. I actually did not know she had this big of a sidearm.
Me neither.
The XT Nova, it taught me how to throw smooth, clean lines, but it also taught me how to build trust in my disc. I can put it on any line and it will hold it. I know when I throw it, it's gonna stick right there. I feel like it's very unique. And it kind of reminds me, like, nobody's ever the same. That's what I love about it. It stands out. And for me as a person, I like to stand out.
Moving on to hole 12, we actually talked about this hole before we teed off. It's only 375 feet, which most of us can try and get to, but it still slopes up, so it's like it adds more distance to it. And you have to hit this opening perfect.
And it looks like you had the speed, just got caught up. That should be an easy up and down for the par.
Heather was just going for like the simple layup in front of the opening just for like the easy upshot to the basket.
And that should, like you said, should be pretty simple for her. And it looks like that's what most of your card is doing out here.
Yeah, but she got into the opening.
She
You're like,
got
yeah,
in.
It was cool.
Yeah, daunting uphill putt.
Lisa going with the low skip.
Thank you.
And it looks like most of the field is getting a 3 on this one. It doesn't look like there's too many players attacking this one. Maybe Heather. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, dude. We thought it was in. I was like, Heather, what is going on? I think Lisa, right after Heather did that, was like, no. You're supposed to lay up, Heather. You're not supposed to throw it in.
You're not supposed to be perfect.
Uh-huh.
And a throw-in attempt from Valerie as well. It kind of gives you a backstop to go for it.
Ugh, straddle putts are my nemesis. They're just so ugly. I don't understand the spin. Working on it, though. We're working on it.
And it went in.
And it went in, yes.
That is all that matters at the end of the day, and you stay on pace for a solid round. And Lisa's just holding on at this point. She is +2. She's parred quite a few holes in a row.
Yeah, she wasn't really stoked about that. Throughout the round, she kept on talking about, like, oh, I want to do better. Next time I want to get it. You know, trying to hype herself up.
And here we are, Infamous hole number 13, 399-foot par 5. The drone is having the toughest time ever getting through this fairway. Just showing how daunting this hole truly is. You just want to put one straight in the fairway to give you some look at the basket.
Yeah, it's missing. So we actually sat at this hole for 30 minutes. So I did my disc golf strong stretchy bands and it just wasn't enough. I ended up just pulling a little bit right and I'm on that left side.
Heather going lefty backhand.
You couldn't see it on the video, but she got sneaky.
Yeah, that left side does not look like there's a gap there, but Heather is very relieved to be there. And that is not where you want to be.
Lisa showing us how to get it done.
And that is perfect positioning for Lisa. She has a look at getting the 3.
So now Val and I are in scramble golf mode. And this was just mean.
No.
So mean. Just kept going.
Oh, no. Just showing you the teeth that this fairway has. Look how sloped it is. Any tree kick can send you into the jail.
You can see me shaking my head. I was like, oh my gosh, I guess I'm going for this gap.
And a great outshot. That is your 3rd. And Lisa's got a putt for the eagle 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was huge.
Heather hits a little early with a forehand.
Oof.
Great kick there from that tree. That would have been very long. And there you go. There's your chance to save a par.
Yep, got a chance.
And here's Heather for the eagle 3 as well. This is her range. Oh, just low.
Yeah, she wanted that one bad.
Confident par putt. It's tough to stay poised after a rough break like you got on the second.
Well, it's just crazy. I was like, gosh, I like bogeyed. You know, it feels like a bogey just because the hole's only, 399 feet. But, 5, I feel like a lot of women are taking 5s.
Absolutely.
If
The
not
hole
worse.
averaged a 4.81, so really not losing too many strokes.
Hey guys, it's Lisa Fakis with Team Innova. Thanks for watching the coverage. Also, thank you to my sponsors, Innova, Pound, we got Groundbound, Flight Towel, Throw Pink, Tree Love, and Gorilla Disc Golf. Thank you guys so much.
Moving into number 14, 354-foot par 3. I think this is just a beautiful hole. What do you think about this one?
It's a gorgeous hole, and off the tee, it's a little daunting just because you're throwing out of this gap, and the trees are kind of close, so I get a little worried off the tee, but Heather, with the lefty, it's just shaped for her.
And that's the thing about, the way lefties see the courses, that they see everything mirror image to everybody else. So sometimes the way a hole is designed to challenge righties is extremely beneficial to lefties. While that's not often,
I was about to say.
Definitely a thing. And there you are throwing a turnover. Looked like a leopard out of your hand.
Yeah, I tried to correct from yesterday and put more Annie on it so it didn't just drift straight and just too much Anheuser.
And this looks decent if it can flatten out. I don't quite know where that landed, but it looked like a decent line off the tee.
Lisa kind of giggled at that one. She was like, okay, that was a little too high. Oof.
Oh, man.
AVR X3, baby.
Here's Heather. Oh, gorgeous
I
jump
was
putt.
Screaming. I was like, no way. I was like, what?
Rewind that. No wobble.
Beautiful.
It's almost like you knew it was in the moment it came out of her hand.
Yep, I totally did. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
It's a great momentum boost right there for Heather as Lisa taps in her par.
Yeah, Heather's scorecard wasn't looking too great at the beginning, and now you're just seeing a bunch of green.
Just goes to show what you said about her ability to kind of tune out those rough breaks and some of that rough play and continue to channel that energy.
Yep.
Definitely the qualities of a great golfer in the making. And hole number 15, 620-foot par 4. It may seem like a short par 4, but accessing this green is very challenging. What do you think here, Kona?
Yeah, so off the tee, we're just trying to get as far as we can. And honestly, the upshot's a little touchy. You know, you have to know your distance pretty well and what disc you want to choose. So sometimes you'll see people even end a little short because there is a Mando on that tree that you don't want to miss.
And Heather goes a little bit wide. The more right you are, the longer your second shot's going to be. It's almost like you want to be as center cut as possible to make your angle and distance appropriate for that second shot. And that was crushed out of your hand.
She just, I put it a little nose up, and so she never really got that turn. And like you said, I wanted to be that center cut, and I'm a little bit left on that drive.
Valerie gets the nose down a little bit more than yours. And that's a good angle to come into the basket at. Nice low shot from Lisa. That's got to start hooking up. And Heather's going backhand. It looks like she's not even trying to get the birdie at this point. She knows where she needs to be.
Yeah, she's just going for the simple 4, not really testing those trees. Then you got Val.
Great shot from Val. That is circle 1, putting for birdie. On a hole that averaged a 4.22, this 3 is going to take some strokes. And here you are after a huge drive, even if you didn't get all of it.
And I sawed it off. Ah! And that is not a good position.
It's almost like the drive was too big.
Oh my gosh. I wish.
You gotta be kidding me!
We were so high.
The best sidearm player of all time?
100 feet. I went over and I ranged it for our U-Disc Live person.
Absolutely flawless throw in from Heather Young. That is 3 birdies in a row. Almost like she chalked that one up in her head. Lay up to 100 and cash the throw in.
Sick. So cool.
100. And the Bushnell rangefinder gives her 100 feet. Wow. And Lisa hoping to maybe follow suit. She is fine with the par.
Yeah, I had nothing on that side, so I'm just trying to throw this roller. Yikes.
And you are trapped behind some skinny trees. Oh, great par putt.
Yeah, I like that one, and then that one on hole 10, like I didn't have that rock, and so I'm just using like a load and like the spin to get there, so it felt great to make that putt.
It's a fantastic benefit of the spin putt, being able to isolate your wrist in that position.
Cash. crashed.
And a great birdie putt from Valerie. She's back on the board at 1 over par. Finally grabbing a solid birdie. And she's hanging in there. She kind of had a rough stretch, but she's still in contention to take the win down in round 3. And moving on to number 16, dead straight, 235. Another one of those holes you want to kind of crash into the hill.
Yeah, we got that tree right off the tee that just is like an eyesore. And you're really just trying to like hyzer flip something just dead straight at the basket.
And Heather's going to go sidearm again. Maybe ace?
She was trying.
Kind of a sad reaction off that hill, but what a gorgeous line from Heather.
Yeah, she'll still have a putt from inside the circle. Yeah, a little misfire from Lisa.
Lisa likes to come from left to right on a lot of her shots, and that tree, like you had mentioned on the left side, kind of pins her a little bit. You almost have to come out of your hand with hyzer release.
Yeah, that was an early release from me. At this point, honestly, I'm getting pretty tired. We've been on the course for almost 4.5 hours, so we're just trying to like finish the round before dark, and yeah, getting a little lazy here, really trying to push.
And a nice second shot leaves you under the basket for 3. And Heather for birdie after a great sidearm. Yes, that is 4 in a row from Heather. She's catching that fire again.
No problem from Lisa. Yeah, but she's not very happy with that bogey. Especially on this hole. It's only 235 feet, and getting caught up in those trees definitely make it more difficult. Hole 17. We're just trying to get out of this gap into the center fairway. You got OB left, doesn't really come into play unless you really sky up right hand, backhand. Yeah, just trying to end center and attack this green. It's definitely elevated, so if you're down below and you're putting at it, little sketch, but we'll see what we're doing.
And Heather with a smooth, confident drive.
Oh, this was a crush. Crush.
A perfect shot shape down the hill to use that elevation to her advantage. That is great positioning.
Same with Val.
Yeah, another huge drive from Val. Fading out a little early, but still in good position. You do want to be right off this drive. The left side of that green is a little protected.
Yeah, and I just go forehand exactly like you said, so I can just attack it from that right side. And
Yeah.
I like being able to look at that shot. Like
Yes.
the backhand, I go early sometimes, and so just knowing I can look and see my line with that forehand gives me more confidence.
Absolutely. And Lisa goes a little short, but she is safe. Distance-wise, she might not have a look at the birdie. If that comes out, she might.
Her halo turn, it was such a beautiful flight. She put it on the Anheuser angle and just crushed it. Oh, and this was frustrating. So yesterday we talked, about how, shooting at it low and having it kind of get on that hard pin and just skip up, and that's exactly what I was trying to do, and just threw it right into the
A
ground.
little bit too low.
Yeah.
Should be up and down for a 4. Valerie pin high with the basket. puts herself to the steep side of the hill.
Heather in that forehand.
Fantastic. 20 feet for the birdie uphill. Lisa follows suit.
Yeah, I had that weird look. I didn't know to go backhand or forehand and just got caught up with that tree. So I'll be putting for my par, but you know, it's a sketchy approach to the basket.
It's
so
definitely
you
a sketchy approach.
might see me lay up.
And a layup it is on the turf. At this point, you have a solid round going. It seems like under par on this course is solid for anybody. And you know that you've played simple. And Heather,
Dude, keeping them going.
oh my goodness, Heather is on an absolute tear. I believe that's 5 in a row.
Yeah, started off a little rough and just came back so strong.
And she's 1 down for the tournament after being +5 at one point.
Alrighty. I just want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors, Prodigy and Flight Factory. Thank you for all you're doing for me. It's exciting to see all the new ways that you're supporting me, and I'm excited for the rest of the year.
And here we are, number 18, 468-foot par 3. Huge turnover drive to get to this basket. But I've noticed that your division is playing this more as a par 4. The sun is setting.
Yeah, that's interesting. They call us a par 4 for us because no one's really getting up there for the 2.
It's averaged a 3.67. Definitely playing as a par 4 despite being called a 3. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about UDisc as a player is being able to see what holes people are actually going for, what holes people are just laying up. And you have been crushing this disc all day.
Go to.
Ooh, kind of a tricky inside flex Heather was trying.
I wanted to see it play out.
And this has been a battle of a round for Lisa Fakis. Heather puts herself to about 20.
Val kind of sawed that off, but she'll have a putt.
And again, those chip shot sidearms have been working out very well for you, saving strokes out here. Not the way you want to finish.
No. I think she had a little bit of a headwind that just lifted it just a little bit.
That is a bogey for Heather. An incredibly respectable even par after that rough triple bogey kind of blew some momentum for her. And she rattled off 5 straight birdies with a couple beautiful throw-ins and putts. Very respectable mental comeback for Heather.
Yeah, Lisa finishing with her par. I think tomorrow she's just going to attack the course. She missed a lot of opportunities today, and I think she's going to be hungry for more.
A solid 1 under par round for you. There was a lot going on in your card and a lot of up and down play, and it seems like you stayed about as steady as you could. Definitely missed a couple opportunities, but that one down definitely puts you in a great spot. Even par for Heather, +2 for Valerie and Lisa. And there you have it, round 2.
Round 2, and you know, while we were shooting this round, Katrina and Missy got on a heater, and Katrina shot a 9 down. And I could totally see how it's doable, but wow.
That is serious execution, folks. We will catch you for round 3, the final round tomorrow. Again, subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube. I'm Brian Earhart. She's Kona Panis. We are signing off.
G'day guys and welcome back to Gatekeeper's coverage of the eruption presented by OzDiscs. We are in Mount Gambier in South Australia at the beautiful Crater Lakes Disc Golf Course in a volcano. The coverage is brought to you by RAD and Gatekeeper and Park Media. The commentary is brought to you by the Flying Disc Store. I am Andy Ferguson and I'm here with Timmy Bowen, Paddy Robinson. Together we are the Tee Off Podcast and we're going to talk to you about these guys playing some awesome disc golf.
Yeah, it's been a pretty hot front 9 from Luke Bain, Dave Perry, Austin, and Dan. We're seeing Dave and Austin really give Luke a bit of a push at a 4 down and a 5, but Luke is holding on with that 3 under and just maintaining that lead.
Stacked with highlights, that front 9. Hopefully it continues on hole 10, 110-metre par 3. I like a nice flex forehand on this hole, like I do on every single hole.
Shocker.
Or if you're a psychopath, you can go the backhand turnover, which Austin is demonstrating here.
Actually, I'm glad we didn't see the old plumber's crack from that fella in the fly through there.
So Austin just trying to shave that tree. This is looking fantastic. Stay up.
Oh, that's money.
Circle's edge?
Yeah.
That is Circle's edge. I believe he was in that exact same spot in round 2. So hopefully he learns from the putt that he missed.
And this looks like it's caught up a little bit short.
Yeah, I think that turned over a little bit, cut rolled a little bit, and he's got those trees on the left-hand side to contend with. Lukey Bain will show us why the forehand is the preferred route, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely my preference.
Nice overstable destroyer. A little bit of flex. Oh, it's turned over a little bit too much, though.
Probably going to hit tree.
Oh, I fought through the trees.
Oh, wow.
And that is on the backside of the green. That'll be a great place to putt from.
Yep, that's a great break.
And well and truly inside the circle. I'm very surprised to see him go the backhand here, boys.
He must.
Backhand down the guts.
We're seeing this a little bit where he hasn't chose to throw a forehand. Maybe it's feeling a little bit sore. Don't know.
The man has the best forehand in the country, but he's also got
and the best backhand.
He's almost also got a fantastic backhand, and that is why it's almost like he knows his skill set better than I do. So well done to Dave.
That's an absolute park draw from Dave.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So Austin first to act. That means Dan Frost may have been closer than we thought. We see him eye up a repeat of his round 2 putt. Hopefully he gets this one a little bit higher.
Tricky with a bit of headwind.
Right in the heart.
Solid as.
Fantastic putt. It's so good when you land in the exact same spot 2 days in a row. You're like, I'm not going to make that same mistake again. As he releases the pressure valve.
Do you like that one, Austin? Do you like it?
Taking a little peek at his shoulder to see where Lukey Bain is placed.
Jeez, Dan's up there. Is that?
He got all
is
the
this
way
for
up
his
there.
second?
Oh, little hyzery.
Settle. No.
Why?
Man, he's had the tree love, but he's gotten absolutely no love from the baskets today. Oh, Lukey Bain, very close. And that's
huge.
just a no pressure putt. He loves it. Fantastic.
That is the mark of a good player who capitalizes on some good breaks. That is awesome. So this is Dan for his par.
Yeah, that's a
lovely.
Solid putt.
I can't believe his drive got that close.
I don't
That's
know.
awesome.
What was that? Yeah.
What's he pointing to there? There you are. Right there, Dave. All right, Dave to also get the birdie. And we see another beer frame.
Jeez. 3 birds in this hole. That's decent.
Oh, and that's what he's looking at, the CTP.
CTP.
That was my CTP.
Oh,
Dave's
yes,
just
Dave.
snapped it.
Go on.
All right.
As we move on to hole 11, Fergie, this is a belter, one of the iconic Mount Gambier holes.
Absolutely. 113 metre par 3 to a basket that's on the moon. It's a very high basket. Most players here opting for the big turnover backhand, as Austin shows us. He's just got to avoid that tree.
Love it.
Yeah.
Has that got the distance to get over those rocks? Oh, that's unfortunate. Just caught them.
Edge of circle.
Edge of circle. He's about 9 metres horizontally from the basket, 14 metres vertically to the basket. Very tricky putt.
I do like the rocks around the basket. They're certainly not shy of finding some volcanic rocks to make features out of here.
Yeah,
This
it's a
looks
beautiful
great.
hole. Fantastic from Bainey. That's just outside the bullseye. He's on the short side, though, which is a very, very tricky putt.
Yep. Putting some pressure on Dave now.
I'm not giving Dave any love after he just nabbed my CTP. His drive looks shocking.
Oh, goodness me.
Love it.
Oh, it didn't quite have the legs I thought it would have.
Okay. He'll have a look.
Yeah, no, it was a good shot, Dave. I forgive you. A little bit low from Dan, but nice and driven. He's probably aiming at the same rocks that Austin hit, and I think he hit the same one.
He'll have a little bit more or less elevation to sort of deal with from there. So give it a run. There's pretty solid drives from our boys. Let's see how their putting goes.
Look at this from Austin. Scary putts a run because if you hit any metal and it doesn't go in, and he hates it. A little low right. It's so hard to put your disc up that high. I've got the tailwind making it more difficult as well. Dave from range.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Felt like that tail just slammed him down a little bit. Oh, Dan. This is a scary putt.
Yeah, he's going to have to go full double G on this one. Lob it about 3 metres too high and let it drop in.
Pull the Sonic out.
Yeah, a little bit low. Happens a lot on this basket.
Can his disc stop rolling away, please?
So Bainey's still not up to act. Austin's actually went quite far, and he's got this comebacker for the par.
Into a headwind?
All or
Maybe?
nothing. All or nothing.
He annihilated that flag. Oh, boy. If there was no flag on this hole, he's basically re-teeing it's going to go that far. But
All right. That's actually pretty fortunate.
yeah, absolutely. So Bainey,
Yeah.
what a highlight birdie.
Putting the foot down now.
And that's a statement. 3 birdies in a row, 5 down for the round. All of a sudden, he's got a 4-stroke lead on Dave. And he'll have a 5-stroke lead on Austin.
Strokes, man. Strokes.
So Dave, rethinking this one because, as I said, any air ball and it's gone a mile.
He's got no flag to judge the the wind off.
You're not wrong. Great putt, and that's a good par.
Lovely. And see Dan and Austin tap in now.
Yeah. Nice tap in. I don't think there's any such thing as a tap in on this basket.
Yeah.
Dan's
So
actually,
look at Austin. Look
not
at
a
this putt.
comfortable one,
Look how he
anyway.
Jab this one into the top. Yeah.
Dan's actually 8'9", so that puts that in perspective. As we move on to hole 12, Paddy.
All right, it's a bit of a relief after the previous hole. 78-meter par 3. I think the option, the main play here is a low forehand with something that's very overstable, but you will see these boys either go up the middle or maybe a spike righty backhand hyzer as well. I love this from Luke.
If Luke's not going the juggernaut or a nice beefy destroyer. It's come up a
Yep.
little short, but that's well and truly inside the circle.
Yep.
Dave goes for this spike backhand line, which is got a lot of tree canopy to beat. I like the width.
There's one big tree that you can't really see on the coverage. That one right there, you've got to navigate.
The one that
and
he just drew up perfectly.
Yeah, the
And
one that
he's
he's hit.
settled behind it. There's basically no chance to get that putt, I wouldn't have thought. As we see Dan Frost try and flip one up and let it out on basically all hyzer.
Oh, that could be okay, though. I reckon he's basket high, maybe outside the circle on the left-hand side, but he might have a look.
How did he miss every tree on that left side? That's interesting. As we see
'Cause
Austin.
he's deciduous.
Here we go. No, I like the width from Austin. This might be an ace run if it can fight.
Oh, yes.
Knifing in just outside the bullseye. So here we go. Dan from range.
Does have a look.
Yeah, little floaty bid.
Yep, that's settled. He'll take a par.
So Dave, he's got a little window. I didn't give him any chance before, but look at this little window. I kind of like it when the trees sort of square up a line for you.
It's got some elevation here as well, which sometimes helps those putts.
He's got some gum nuts to get out of the way as well.
Oh, Oh, yes.
What a birdie
He
from
was running it in.
I gave him 0 chance on that, and he's proven me wrong. That was an absolute dagger straight into the heart of the chains.
Wow.
Felt like I just watched the Melbourne Cup take off.
Just puts that little bit more pressure back on Bainey's putt.
Oh,
that was-
it's in. It's in.
It was well and truly right side.
Is that like 5 birdies in a row for Bainey? That's solid.
I think we're going back to hole 7. We're in this one.
Okay.
As we see Austin tap in the birdie, and Dan will have to settle for the par. Somebody liked Perry's
Yeah,
putt.
I think they did.
Yeah.
Very good.
Did he go around the tree or through the gap?
Through the gap.
Dave?
Hole 13, 105 metre par 3. You've got to jab something left or right of these 3 guardian trees. Nice flex forehand or an overstable backhand fairway to the right-hand side is the play. Lukey Bain going for that forehand side.
I do like the forehand play on this.
It's just hard because it is a pretty much max distance shot. And quite often there's that crosswind, so it's hard to read. He's definitely faded a little early, but he's checked up at 11 metres, and you'll take that on this hole any day.
Yeah, that's right in Bainey territory. Dave looks like he's going straight at it here.
Nice flex. Gets on the right side of that tree. That's pretty good. A little low, though. But look at that scoot up. You'll have an edge of circle putt there. Austin's eyeing this interesting line, like a backhand turnover that stalls and fades left. It's got the he's got the turn on it in this round. He sort of went too skinny in round 2. Oh, and he just hit the tree inside the circle. I don't think anyone's been in that spot off their drive. I didn't even know that tree was there.
Yeah, that tree's not on anyone's radar.
Dan here eyeing off the straight and narrow gap.
Oh,
And
split the
This
Mandos.
looks good. I said it.
Oh,
yeah, I
it's
totally just
just-
said that. Sorry, Dan.
You didn't say nice.
I didn't say nice. I said it was
It
good.
did look good. Bainey to kick us off.
Looks like we missed Dan's layup. You can see his
Okay.
disc under the basket there. As we look at Bainey's bid for birdie.
This is for 5 in a row. Big little bit of wind picking up. Feels like he's thinking about this one a bit.
Oh, just off the tray.
He does like that low and left, but not that.
I was going to say, I'd never see those kick out for Bainey. They always kick in.
Austin a little low. He definitely would have been parked if he didn't hit that last tree inside the circle, but he'll have to settle for the pars. We see Dave. Oh, the boys just maybe having some putting woes in the wind on this basket.
Yep. Letting Bainey off the hook there.
I think we're going to see what we call an Aussie star frame, the par frame. Someone told me that when I was playing in the States. I thought it was pretty rude, to be honest.
That's extremely rude. How dare they? How dare they be so accurate?
And we're moving on to the snake pit hole, hole 14. Fergie, talk us through it.
The snake pit, 107 metre par 3. You'll see most people hanging some forehands out to the left to get around the corner to this very precarious and fast green.
I think Bainey, with that cushion of 4 strokes, will probably just settle for the par in this one. Hang a nice forehand out wide.
Yeah.
Lay it up. That's the way. I think this elevated basket makes the putts very tricky if you're not in the circle.
Birdie on this hole is huge. That strokes.
Oh, that's way
far
too
out.
skinny. And is this getting into the rough? Oh, he got a good break at the end too.
Man, if he hits that tree, par is basically out of the picture.
Oh, it will make the upshot so tricky. And he'll take that end result too. He'll be able to lay it up from 15 metres, no problems at all. Now, Dave's got the forehand power to swing this one nice and high and get it to fade to the right.
Oh, I like this
Playing
from Dave. This got a lot, maybe a bit early.
Oh, look at the power.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
That's
Nice little
parked.
jump over the log at the end.
107 metres, but when you're hanging it out to the left, it's playing quite a bit longer. So good power on the forehand from Dave. Austin's also got that power. He's got a nice overstable DD3 here.
And we'll see a little bit of pop on this. Just got to make sure it doesn't go too straight and too long.
Yeah, that's flipped up, and that is in snake pit territory.
That is gone.
Watch out for
Oh.
the death adders, the taipans. I'm running out of Aussie snakes.
Just, yeah. Also look out for Tim's discs down there.
Have we got boa constrictors?
No, we certainly do not, Big.
All right, Dan, I'd like to see a backhand roller from him, but I feel like this is going to be just a turnover air shot, which is right up Dan's alley anyway.
Today's the day for the roller. Wind was certainly down, and you get a bit of protection on this particular hole. That's a nice smooth air shot. If that stays up, stay up.
I like this.
Oh, look at that from Dan. And he's on the
Yes.
backside of the hill, so that's certainly a great place to putt from.
Backhand wins.
Maybe a little snookered in that tree.
I think that's entered Dantastic.
Very. So here we go, Bainey. There's no chance he's running this with this sort of stroke lead that he's had.
Yeah.
It's got the upside down scuba for a little bit of razzle dazzle. I love it.
Like it.
I did play with him in round 1 and he whiffed one from that spot and he was basically where Austin is now. So learned his lesson. Austin can give this a bid.
Oh, geez, he does.
That's a pretty good jump pipe attempt from that spot.
Dan, hopefully can capitalize on such a beautiful drive.
Beautiful birdie.
So awesome.
This hole did not see many birdies. Was playing pretty close to par. So that'd be a good stroke on most of the field for Dan. And he loves it. Look at him.
Yep, strokes on, folks. Dave, can he also join Dan with the birdie?
Bit of a scarier putt, but straight in. Beautiful putt.
Very smooth.
So just a nice birdie from Dave to keep things interesting. Bainey's only got a 3-stroke lead after that. Austin in for the par, and Lukey Bain will certainly tap in. And we'll walk over to hole 15, one of the newer holes. It's certainly a bit of a stroke separator.
All right, 15 hole. It's a par 4, 138 meters. There's OB everywhere. Basically, you will see a forehand off the tee, about 70 meters, and then a similar sort of upshot. Yeah, you just want to keep this thing in bounds and hopefully walk away with a 3. This looks fantastic from Dave. Should nestle up.
Yeah,
and settle.
He's
Yep.
done well there, correcting from the previous round where he did find himself out of bounds.
If you need to go for the eagle, you can bite off a really ambitious backhand that carries the OB, but I think Dan's just playing the layup play with something overstable.
This shot scares me.
Oh, I like this though.
Oh, needs to push. Oh, man, that was so close. And if that didn't carry, basically re-tee, which is not ideal.
I may have thrown the backhand roller during this round.
How'd that work out for you, Paddy?
Yeah, I took a 3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Out.
Happy days.
Too long from Bainey,
Oof.
and that's well and truly OB.
Else.
Yeah. So the door may be just a little bit ajar.
Oh, Austin!
Oh, he's going the
It's
roller.
on the roller. This is going to be rolling over
Do
the
it.
OB corner. Oh,
no.
look at
Oh,
that.
yes.
Is
No
this-
way. He's gone too long. He's gone long
Oh
OB.
my gosh.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
Oh, this is a scary forehand approach from Bainey too. If he hits any of those trees, he's early, but no.
He's done it well, though. And that
Oh,
is sit down.
settle.
Yeah.
Yeah, great reaction.
And that'll be a park job for the OB par from Lukey Bain. I can't believe Austin went long on the roller. That was fantastic.
That's nuts. Dan, pretty straightforward upshot here.
Almost
That's
expecting.
Oh,
That's kicked back into the
rude,
into
but
the table. There's a that banner is blocking a picnic table, which is casual relief, I believe.
we're going to see some scary putts here.
So this is where Austin's taking his OB birdie look from.
Oh, no. It's kicked off the tree.
That's really unfortunate. I love the aggression off the tee. Gets no reward for it though, unfortunately. See Dave with a routine way to play this hole. Just a little low.
The window was there.
Jeez, I think Luke might be
So
getting let off the
Austin-
hook again.
Oh.
Just seeing a replay of that shot there.
Okay.
We just want to know if it's optional or forced relief.
Yeah. Forced relief. So Dan's had to come back of the picnic table and unfortunately has whiffed that putt, but it's checked up in bounds.
Could have finished your mouthful before
I
you
know, I was
asked
going to
about
say, pretty sure that was a chocolate chip muesli bar that
And
Bainey
too
was
high from
munching on.
from Dan. His mum never taught him to talk with his mouth closed. Do with his mouth closed, I mean. As we see him tap in the par.
Bainey definitely getting let off the hook there.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Dave also have to settle for the par. The boys made this hole look pretty treacherous. Austin in for the bogey.
I think he's now going into the last few holes with the 3-stroke lead, and although there's always a little bit of drama coming up, I'm sure, on those holes that we've seen the last few rounds, but you'll be feeling pretty comfy.
Oz Discs, powering Team Heiser Flight. Check him out at ozdiscs.com.au.
Hole 16, 96 metre, par 3. Definitely one you want to get leading into 17 and 18, which are the big boy holes. This one just takes a nice flex backhand, keep it low, under the tree canopy, fade into the circle.
Dave, sure what drive? I feel like this might be a destroyer or something.
I think that's the play. The tee pad makes you flex it a little to get around that first tree, so something overstable, high speed, keep it low, ride the ground is the way to play this hole.
Yeah, and it's not generally a very fast green, even though there's a bit of elevation coming back down, but soft ground, he holds it up.
This looks good.
A little skinny, but he's popped it up, and that's going around the guardian trees, and he'll be able to straddle out, have an inside the circle putt from that position.
Well, we saw him hit a nice putt there in round 2, so hopefully he can do that again.
So Lukey Bain, he's probably got to bank on Perry hitting that putt, moving the 14 down. You'll want to put this one close to have that extra couple of strokes leading into the 2 treacherous water holes.
Oh, this looks great.
This might go in. Oh, and that is just outside the bullseye for Bainey. Fantastic drive.
So we see the whole town of Mount Gambier drive through past this hole.
Nice smooth backhand from
Oh, that's
Man,
right.
Ross.
That's fantastic.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
Austin hoping to follow suit.
Looked a little skinny. Had enough flex though, and he's Robin Hood at all of them, inside the bullseye.
I don't want to read Austin's body language after a drive.
I did not think Dave would be first to act after that drive.
Yeah.
Here he has a putt to think about because he's knowing all the other boys are tapping in. Resetting, just waiting for the wind to pass.
Yes, great. Good reset.
Great putt with the link from Dave. Not a lot of score separation in this hole, playing slightly under par at 2.83. I think we're going to see a star frame here, boys, if Dan can jam this in from all of 3.5 metres.
There we go. No beer frames. Surely not. Austin. Yeah, there we go.
Let's rattle those chains, boys.
Calling Dave back over.
He's running it in.
Here comes Peaches.
Dave was keen to get a wind read on the big par 5 that they're about to attack.
There you go.
Hole 17, 280 metre par 5. It's a boomer. You've got a big crushing drive, followed by a couple of quite low and narrow throws to get you to this protected green here, which is looking delightful, might I just say.
You can go for the eagle, but it takes 2 pretty special shots. This tee shot was so hard in the first 2 rounds with a lot of wind. Hanging your disc out over the lake is never a fun proposition. But today, no wind was down, so Dave going for all that you can eat.
That's a long way.
And that is checking up. We can see the horizontal distance markers there. I think he's between 150, 160 off the tee, which is a great drive in anyone's books. Lukey Bain may go more conservative with that 3-stroke buffer.
Was that a duck?
Plenty of ducks on this hole.
Oh my
God. Ooh, no. High, but plenty of room out the left there. I think the wind's low enough that will check up. It's actually pretty close to OB, very close. But he'll be relieved to see the green flag.
It's got some pretty straight discs.
Nice low driven shot here. I like the nose down angle.
That'll be nice and safe. And
no danger of OB.
Austin loves to attack.
He's gone the overstable DD3. Let's see how much water he chomps off here. A lot. It's flipped up. Oh, that's huge.
That's massive. Watch out, Ash. Nice, safe.
Yeah, that's the best of the bunch.
Made him turn around though.
Always a good sign turning the catch cam around.
2 meters short. Very nice. Good break.
So Lukey Bain will just be aiming at the banners here, fading to the landing zone. I'm sure just trying to keep this one in bounds is number one priority for Lukey Bain.
He just needs to get to the mouth. It's a reasonably generous par 5. You can play this one pretty smart, pretty safe, and usually walk away with the bird.
So this is perfect. Nice and low from Lukey Bain. Skipping into landing zone number 2. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he should have at least 60 meters left, I'd say.
That's it. So
Dan, looks like he's going a little bit more aggressive on this.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see if Austin or Dave go for something fruity. You can get there with a roller, but there's just so much OB down the left and right sides. It's pretty hard to pull off. I think they're probably going to play it pretty smart.
Dave's got the power throw one nice and low. I like this out of the hand. Does it have the right angle? This
beat all the trees. And he'll have a eagle look. I believe he's at about 30 meters.
Yeah.
Oh, too low from
bugger.
Austin.
So a little bit excited there.
He was trying to get all the way there, I can tell you that.
This is a tricky upshot now too.
And yeah, he doesn't look like he can have a run up. He has to go to the stands to look at the angle.
Ooh, wide out of the hand, maybe?
I think those claps are for the drives on hole 18, which are spoilers. Don't go anywhere. It's a fantastic finishing hole.
Little bit of a tricky forehand approach, but we've seen Luke throw this disc so well all weekend.
Yeah.
I'd expect him to be right in the circle.
It's about 65, 70 metres away. Nice little forehand flick with the Toro. Probably aiming just left of that thickest tree we can see just near the basket there. It's gone a little bit of flex and looks like it's going to come on the inside of that tree. And it's settled a little short, so he's going to have an edge of circle putt for the birdie, but he doesn't need to birdie it, just needs to stay clean from this point on. And
it's great from Dan.
Absolutely.
Basically a jump putt straight in for the bird. Yeah, fantastic. Right in the bullseye.
So Austin did find the rough on the right side. He's going to have to go the scuba or something.
Oh, no, don't roll.
It's going to roll. Oh, okay. I think that tree stopped it.
Oh, that stayed in bounds.
Wow.
That's pretty lucky.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too overstable disc.
So Dave
throw that?
will certainly want to give this a run. Lukey Bain's pretty much parked as far as Lukey Bain goes, just inside the circle. So
No wind.
keep this up. Oh, he was running it into.
Far out.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. I loved it out of his hand.
Absolutely. Really needed that one.
That
to
would have
put
made
pressure on.
things very interesting.
Far out. That was such a good run.
I saw him throw it in from like 75 metres with the Toro last year at this competition, Dave. So no stranger to the eagle. That would have been awesome to see. Lukey Bain with the smooth putt for the
Yeah.
birdie.
That's putting pretty well the brakes on any jumps. I know there's a lot of drama to come on 18.
Yeah, 18 certainly
Jeez.
got the scope for some score separation. There's a big water carry. You can certainly get into some trouble.
Yeah.
Think hole 17 at USDGC.
I mean, I'd love to see an absolute star frame from these boys. They've got it in them, but yeah.
I thought you were going to say you'd love to see an absolute debacle for Lukey Bain. But we do love drama. And here it is, hole 18, Paddy. Talk us through.
Yeah, 120 meter par 3. You've got that hazard on the left-hand side. You've got this. Basically, it plays like an island, of OB. You don't want to be short because if you are, you're basically re-teeing. The miss is, if you are going to miss the island, to go long.
Yeah, long or left. You get a penalty going left into the hazard, penalty going OB long, but at least you've not lost the distance. Dave, unfortunately, had to re-tee in round 2. He went the forehand with his first attempt and then made the island with the backhand. So it looks like he's going for the backhand here. He really needs to park this, put the pressure on Lukey Bain. Wind was down, so you basically pick your poison with this sort of condition. This is looking great. Oh, go in.
Settle.
That is to sit down, though.
Fading out.
Very nice.
Fantastic. So he's at 8 metres, putting for the birdie. So Lukey Bain, he's going the forehand. It's a big forehand to carry this water.
Definitely got the power for this.
I would be cranking a backhand doing the Simon Lizotte. Just make sure you go long. Doesn't matter if it's OB.
The crowd falls silent.
Pretty nervy little shot here.
Lining it up.
Relying on that overstable destroyer. Plenty of flex.
Oh, I love the height.
That is high, though. Has it got the distance?
As long as it's not too short.
Oh, and that's parked. It's outside the bullseye. Good night.
Game, set, match.
That is fantastic from Lukey Bain.
Huge.
He can even lay that up if he wants.
Would you?
Maybe. I did have a roll away OB off the tray on this hole, so no, you'd be jamming that. He's just outside bullseye. Dan Frost, he's had a bit of an up and down round.
Currently tied for 4th, so he'll probably want to attack this, give himself as much chance as he can.
And he's put it on an absolute line.
I love it.
Fantastic shot from Dan.
Sit.
Oh,
Yes.
great
Checked up
settle.
for the inbounds, and he loves it. As does the gallery. Good sized gallery for a nice Aussie major. Fantastic to see the growth of the sport here. And just out of frame on the left, there's a big gallery of fans watching.
Just taking no time. Oh, that's early.
That's too overstable.
It shows.
It needs to grab the edge of the island. No, that's no chance.
Okay. Nearly
So
kills.
OB.
kills
So
Aaron.
basically re-team.
Yeah, re-tee. And it's no fun re-teeing when you don't have your preferred disc. He's going the backhand this time.
And I'm not going to think about it. I'll just...
Oh, that's 2 turned over. It's
Far
funny
out.
how quickly you can rack up a score in this hole. Certainly need to take a breath, reset. Now he's throwing 5 from the tee, which nobody wants to do.
Austin is a bit, if you're not first, you're last, but I don't know. This is tough to watch.
This looks safe, though. Needs to get down, though. Oh, and that's found OB long. That's a
Jeez.
horrendous break for Austin. So at least he gets to walk
No, he's
it
all
in.
smiles.
He doesn't seem two-faced, does he?
Yeah.
Here's the putt for 7.
Ooh.
Gave it a good bid. And that will be a snowman to finish for Austin, and that's really unfortunate. He had a really, really good 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of bleeding at the end there. But he was going all out to try and get the win, so no one can blame him.
Dave Perry looking to close out the round. Shot a sneaky 9 down. Goodness me.
Oh, I was about to say make that 10, but
Yeah.
unfortunately that was a little left. As we see Dan Frost put in a nice round as well. That brings him... Oh, he dumps
Yay.
it. Nice little dunny roll off the
Swish.
cage.
Well done to Dan. Actually,
Austin
that
Cleek taps out his triple as we see Lukey Bain tapping in. He is your Mount Gambier Eruption champion.
yeah.
He's stringing out this tapping. Well done. In for the birdie. And that puts him at 9 down. After another
Very
9
handy.
down, 19 down overall. Red hot finish. Good to see him back on Aussie shores. Just absolutely shredding.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing
Oh
why
my
he's
God,
the number
Dave, you
1
have no way.
player
May
in
I
Australia at the
please
moment.
introduce your 2023 Eruption Pro Divisional winners, MP40, Daniel Malco, FBA First
Shouting. That's pretty cool. The MPO winners, the FPO winner, and the MP40 winner.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan Nicholson, co-TD with Michelle Schultz. And shout out to Damien Malco and Cassie Sweeten winning their respective divisions. Red hot stuff.
Unreal. All right, final score. So Luke Bain, total 19 under with a 9 down round. Dave also shooting a 9 down at 15. Austin even with that last one and 5 down. And then Dan Frost sneaks into tie for 3rd with that birdie and an 8 down. Ryan Hart, boys, snuck into there. That's
How'd he
the
get up
high-
there? Wow.
Nice clean 8 down from Rhino. So that brings us to the end of our coverage. Big thanks to Rad, Gatekeeper Media and Parked Media for growing the sport of disc golf in Australia and making this coverage happen. We've been the Tee Off podcast, and with thanks to the Flying Disc Store for the commentary. Make sure you join us for the next one.
G'day, and welcome back to the Gatekeepers coverage of the 2023 ACT Disc Golf Championships, the Sizzler, presented by Oz Discs. We are at the beautiful Western Park in the capital city of Australia, Canberra, and this coverage has been provided by Justice Media. I'm Andrew Ferguson. I'm joined with Paddy Robinson and Tim Bowen from Australia's podcast, The Tee Off. Hey, boys.
Stoked to be here, boys. Beautiful Western Park. Massive course in the heart of Canberra. And looking at the leaderboard, who's winning, Paddy?
So we've got Austin on a 10 down, David Perry 9, Luke on 7, and Tim, you there at a 1 down. We're getting into the final 9 of this beautiful 27-hole layout.
Hole 19, 176 metres, 577 foot, par 4. Toughest hole on the course, boys?
Yep.
All right, so
Toughie, this one. Lots of trees, lots of OB.
Lots of cars.
Yeah, lots of cars. So off the tee, you kind of just want to miss the trees. You throw a backhand or a forehand, just want to try and get about 100 metres of distance. Bainey looks like he's done just about that. He may have been caught up in the very last bushy trees, I think.
Yeah, he'll be in a great spot there, though. Should have a really open look at the basket. Tim, I reckon you've done the exact same there, mate. That is a good spot. You just don't want to be in any of those trees early.
Dave opting for the backhand and...
Oh, boy.
Was probably lucky to get away with that, to be honest. He almost clipped that one of the first available there.
Yeah, he may have clipped the third available, so it's going to be tricky.
Massive hyzer flip there from Austin.
Wow.
Fingo. What was that?
That, I believe, was a TD, an old school Discmania TD, very flippy.
Is that like a jackal?
Yeah, I don't know. Something very flippy.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, he had some angle on that thing.
So he's opting for the flex forehand there. Looks like he needed more flex. See the basket just out of focus there. He's going to be short right.
He looks probably about maybe at circle's edge. Tim, you got this big tree to contend with.
Yeah, and I punched through the tree, but very disappointed to miss that gap. Bainey's showing it off here.
Oh, how's that for a position too?
Yeah.
That's lined up perfectly.
And if that checked up, it'll be inbounds and he'll have a look for birdie.
Dave with quite a straightforward backhand here, and that thing's...
Oh,
I think that was going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, that is the OB line on those bollards. So, Tim, you got a pretty straightforward up and down, maybe a bit of a bid there.
Have to loft it up just because the OB comes into play very quickly behind the basket.
Well, Bainey's disc checked up nicely, and he's had a putt for bird. Bit low, unfortunately. Dave with his par save here.
Yeah, he's had a bit of work to do from his upshots so far, Dave, but luckily, well, not luckily, he's a bloody good putter, so well done.
Austin, jeez.
He's actually canning the lone birdie from the MPO field on this hole. So shout out to Aussie D getting the birdie on hole 19.
All right, next up, hole 20. This is 115 metre, 377 foot par 3. A bit of downhill to work with here, and a bit of trees on the right-hand side that can get your disc caught up. If you somehow manage to go too far left, there is OB there, but it doesn't really come into play, or shouldn't, for these MPO boys.
That was way too low from Aussie D. Absolute daisy cutter, and he's going to have about 60 metres to get his par.
Bane putting that one in the air a little bit more, and...
Absolute textbook.
That
Getting
one's
out of the way of
very
this
nice.
drive.
That's it. Done a bit of a look away there. He just knew it was so good. I'm going the backhand Thunderbird. I've got pretty good shape on that. It needs to hit the pin, though, because I'm going a little bit left. But no, very happy with that drive. There's no forehand line on this one, boys, so had to throw the backhand.
Dave with the... looks like the Thunderbird again.
Yep, following suit.
Well, Austin got down a fair bit further than I thought.
Yeah, it was very low out of the hand, but it is downhill, I guess, so he got over the crest a little bit.
Dave with a long look here, outside circle for 2.
Oh, just hitting the rim. I don't know about you boys, but the trays on these baskets look very small. Yeah, a bit disappointed not to put that one close.
Ooh.
Bainey. He knows he got away with one there, but take the birdie, walk away. Well done, Bainey. And 3 of us just tapping in our par. Disappointing on that hole because there's a good chance for a birdie. Moving over to hole 21. This is a par 4, 182 metres. You do want to crush one up the hill off the tee and land somewhere near these bollards, because then you're carrying across an OB section to this island green. And the OB section is playing as a hazard. So you do get to progress, but you want to make that island, otherwise you're taking a penalty stroke. Pretty safe tee shot. There's no real obstacles. You just want to make sure you get the distance right. Ideally, you're going as long as you can and getting up close to that OB line.
Some great camber work there from Justice. It's a great throw, actually, throwing towards what is that, the radio tower? Or
I don't know. It's a big spire in Canberra. Pretty iconic. And it's a good thing to aim at on this hole.
I think I've got a postcard with that on it.
from the 80s.
I'm cranking my X-Cal out there, and I feel like that's got pretty good weight, but you won't know until you get up there and have a look because it is over this little crest.
It is pretty hard to get too far along on this, even for these big arms. You just don't want to go too far left. There is that Roto B, but there's a Mando pole straight up and down that could potentially cut your shot off to the green.
So definitely a scary shot, this one. You do want to stick the island. It's a pretty sizable island, and Austin's put it very close there.
Was that a bullseye hit? It looked pretty close.
So this one, I'm hanging it out wide. It looks like it's getting on inbound, so I'm pretty relieved. Happy to see that one hit the island.
Back-to-back backhands from Timmy Bowen. Look out.
That's it.
And you got a chance at a birdie, mate. Throw more backhands.
I like to throw the forehands, Paddy, because it puts me close. I don't have to putt. So Perry's hanging that out wide. Has it got the fade? It's got to get over. Very nicely done. Just snuck it onto the island.
It is a very generous island.
It is a generous island. You do feel bad when you miss it, though. And this hole gets a lot of wind, so it can be very, very scary. Looks like the wind was down for this. And Perry, just an absolute robot.
A KC Pro Aviar.
He hasn't been putting
wonders.
he hasn't been putting them very close. He's just been canning all the putts.
Yeah, Austin a bit longer than I thought. Edge of circle. It shouldn't worry him too much.
He's just hit the band there.
And this hole played at 3.94 for the first round. Oh,
great
putt
by
snuck
Bainey.
it over.
I'm just outside circle here. And never hit the tray. I'm feeling pretty flat at this point. I've hit a lot of metal. Austin too.
All right, we're moving on to hole 22, 95-metre par 3, playing downhill. Looks like the old backhand spike hyzer is on play, boys.
That absolutely is a play. And shout out to, I believe, James Meetings got the ace on this one. Very cool ace to spike in.
Yeah, this hole has actually been cleaned up quite a lot. I remember we used to actually have to throw through these random little branches on these two guardian trees here, but now it has opened up quite a lot and just leaves you a nice backhand approach.
The only issue with the backhand is it does fade left of the pin, and then you've got a bit of a riskier putt.
It's a cool hole design, actually, to give you that.
Yeah.
I have seen some guys throw a putter straight at it.
Well, I actually opt for the fourth circle Taipan forehand line because I know it's strange play, but this Taipan, I know it's not going to skip, and I like to putt uphill at the pin. So I hang it out to the left, hoping to knife in. And
Jeez, mate, any opportunity you get to throw a forehand, eh?
The Taipan's great, mate. No skip.
Bainey here from just outside the circle, is he?
Might have been just in, but yeah, great.
Oh, he loves it.
Great birdie by Lukey Bain.
It seals him the turkey there, actually.
And no, about my 12th tray hit.
Just looking at the disc there, Tim.
I can't, like 5% confidence at this point. And Dave Perry, he's running hot. I don't think he's missed a putt yet.
We've definitely worked that double bogey back out now.
Again, those RPM pars could still wonders for Mr. Austin.
Hole 23, easy one here again. This is the forehand hole that I've been looking for. Took to hole 23, but we got there. 76 metres, just want to hang it out there and knife it in right and nice close to the pin.
You do not want to get in these trees, though. They are savage once you get down into them. And somehow your disc loves to find all that savagery. So best to keep it right up and high like David Perry's done here and just fade straight back to that pin. That will be putting for sure.
Yeah, wide is the play. Bainey, that was a huge mistake from him because it's a really easy forehand. And if you're in that tree on the right, you've got absolutely no look. And his disc was tracking for the water. You can see the water just on my right-hand side there.
Tim, you must be just licking your chops at this hole, mate.
Mate, 100%. It's one of those ones where you go, if I stuff this one up, I'll be very disappointed with myself. Looks like I've done exactly that too. I'm over there with Lukey Bain. Very disappointing. So you can see here, there's absolutely nothing in this tree.
I'm surprised you even had that look. I was in there as well and had nothing.
Bainey on two knees, doing his best to pitch out. You can just see the basket up there. It's not too far, but not much of a chance to take a bird.
Austin a little bit long here, but he'll have a pretty good look at it. Lovely.
This putting's been on, Austin. 13 downs, very hot at this point. Here's another man. He's had the hot putter, and he's just hit the band. There's not much band on these baskets, but it's surprising how often they get hit.
He's played at 2.41 over the weekend and 10 birdies on this round, including myself. Now, hole 24, big par 5, 267 metres, 876 feet. First drive, you can play down to this landing zone here. Another big hyzer will spin you around to sort of follow the bank of the lake, and then the basket sits right on the water. You've only got about 3 metres behind there, and then you are probably wet. So really fun par 5 this. Really enjoy it. You can go up high to the left, as Austin might be doing here. But there's a few ways you can attack this hole.
Yeah, Austin's gone a little long there. I think ideally he wants to turn that over and turn to the right. Lukey Bain's gone for the overstable approach, and that looks like it's in the perfect landing zone.
Absolute textbook from Luke there. He'll have a great look at the second shot there.
Dave looking like he's going mid-range here, and that gets a little bit stable on him.
Yep, mid-range is a good play, because if you pull up short, you can go the spike hyzer, and that's exactly what I've gone for. Just adjust us off the tee, pull up short, and it gives you the angle to throw a spike hyzer over these trees.
Yeah, not the longest of par 5s, but there is a lot of trouble to get into. These trees that sort of guard the lake as well are pretty hungry.
Yeah.
They like to gobble discs.
Oh, you might have missed it there, Paddy. I threw a pretty nice spike hyzer.
You did, mate.
Backhand.
I didn't miss a thing there, mate. Fantastic.
Perry's aiming at the spire, which is a good good point to angle yourself for this hole. So I think all of these second shots have been pretty good so far.
Looks like Bain is getting swarmed by bugs there. Oh, Austin.
So there's no Mandos on this hole. You can fight your way through the forest. It's not ideal, but he's looks like he's thrown a very good shot here. Just got to hope it gets down before it gets in the water. He has no idea.
Yeah, it does kind of go uphill and then straight down to the water, so that will be a risky shot.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, nice little approach here from you.
Something stable.
Yeah, that's my DD verdict, and it looks like I might have got on the sand there, so I've got to look at it. Lukey Bain with the Toro. He's Innova sponsored, and he's very, very good with his Toro.
Some pretty straightforward touchy-up shots here.
Dave Perry, that looked very long out of his hands, and we couldn't tell if that was a bit of water that we saw splash up. I think he may have just checked up inbounds.
Oh, Austin.
Huge, huge birdie putt there.
From being that far out of position, that third shot was insane.
Yeah, I think he threw 2 bad shots and then had a cracking shot and a good putt. And you can see Dave really taking on that water, but that's the putt you want, away from the water.
Oh, that was a good birdie.
My verdict got pretty close.
Oh. Is this another star frame?
I think that is another star frame. Good one to get. This is one of the more challenging holes on the course.
Shake those chains, boys.
Rattle them.
Give it a rattle.
Moving on to hole 25, 112-metre par 3, OB path there on the left-hand side. A basket just nicely placed back in this group of trees. Austin, probably an FD.
I think that's his putter, to be honest.
Okay.
It's a big putter shot, but well done by Austin. I think this is the play of the forehand, but it is a max distance forehand shot, and you do see this a lot. People turning it over too much, trying to get that extra distance, and he's very lucky to hit that tree and stay in bounds. Here's a man who's not short of forehand distance. He can just throw, they've got the luxury of throwing the flat hyzer shot. He's done that well.
Just inside that tree too, he'll be maybe 6-7 metres from the basket.
Tim here lining up with the Taipan again, 4th circles.
That's it. There was a bit of a headwind on this hole, and I'm surprised to see my Taipan turn over that much because It's a very overstable disc.
Looks like you had a good distance on it though, but pin high, just too far left.
I think I'm over here with Bainey. Bit of a long look at it.
We're going to give it a little run here, Tim, maybe?
Yeah, give it a little bit of a lofty bid with me with my AVR X3.
Yep. Yeah, Perry, as I said, about that 6 meters left. Yep. Okay. We'll take it. He's done really well. Oh, Austin, geez, absolutely parked. Well done.
These scores of 11, 13 and 15 down are very hot scores. I'm obviously throwing a more human score at just 2 down.
I like human, Tim.
All right. Hole 26, par 3, 100 metres, 328 feet. Doesn't look too hard off the actual tee, but we are dealing with a little bit of elevation, and you do have to control this backhand to get something to pop up and go quite straight.
It's very, very tight, this one. You can see all the marks on the trees on the left-hand side there. And there's lots of places near the green where you can't putt from because there's just leaves and low, bushes that you're going to land in.
This hole played exactly to par.
Yeah, it probably sees a lot of very fortuitous kick from Bainey there.
Little air bounce off the branch.
I don't mind the forehand play here, Tim, because once you navigate this gap, and if you fade out a bit to the right, it does get very, very open. But that looks fantastic.
Yeah, look, my play on this one is just to get an edge of circle or slightly outside circle putt. I figure the backhand is just such a risk off the tee because it's a low ceiling, there's trees everywhere, and even if you pull it off, you're likely to fade into these trees like these boys that are showing you on their knees.
Shout outs to the 4 birdies on this hole for the weekend. Jade Brady and Rowan Hosking, locals.
Yep.
Leith Brody and Pele Carlson.
Brother of Linus.
So I guess that means Tim misses his putt.
Wouldn't be a circle 2 putt for me without hitting the tray. Very happy to ring one up. Not my favourite, these trays, after hitting them 20 times in this round.
The old wine glass.
Mm-hmm. Moving on, hole 27, the last hole of the round. It's a par 4 to finish, and it's a ripper. Off the tee, you can throw whatever you like. It's a backhand crush, or you can actually go the roller. You can see here, not a lot of bad landing shots for the second shot, so you just want to get some distance. Austin's going the roller. That is a very flippy disc. He got that out quite flat. Ideally, it cuts, which it is doing nicely there, and he just caught a late tree, but he got plenty of distance off that.
There's a little bit of OB on this hole, but it doesn't, the straight long is the car park there, but it doesn't really come into play, and then you do have a road to your left. But again, I don't think it's really going to impact these boys that much.
Bainey got caught up on the first tree that you're trying to flex around. I'm going the forehand roller. Not sure why. I don't think I ever practiced this.
Why not do it then, hey?
It got a little bit vertical, a little bit quick, so that's going to wrap up a little bit early.
65 bird, Tim?
Sexton Firebird.
What year was that one?
2019. It's been in the bag since 2019. Oof. Very, very reliable disc for me.
Oh, that's a nice shave from Luke. Just unfortunately nicks that tree there. He should be left with about 25, 30 metres.
And that is not what you want to see. Hitting the tree 10 metres in front of your face. Ideally, throwing the roller gets you past these trees, but obviously it didn't work out for me.
Dave.
Perry almost throwing it in. Cracking shot.
Little run there.
So playing the skipper around this last guardian tree, and I think I've done that pretty well. It's wrapped up around the pole. Austin, this is great distance on the roller. Imagine if it didn't hit that tree. It would have been almost putting.
Oh, that was so ultimate.
He's
very smooth.
Just throwing under his opponent's arms there, I think.
Luke's given that a bit of a bid, I reckon.
Yep, he'll be disappointed to get a par on this one. He's definitely got the tool set to get a birdie.
Speaking of...
Dave Perry. I reckon that might have been one of the only putts he missed for the round. Very, very strong performance. Lukey Bain in for the par. Austin in for the birdie, taking him to a huge 16 down through 27, making his local course look very, very easy. Putting in another par, so is Dave.
All right, that brings us to the end of round 1. Austin is in the lead with a 16 under. Perry second in the 13 under. Luke Bain sitting third with 11. And Tim, you're there with a 2 under. That's rounded out Jade Brady there with a 13 under as well. He'll make the lead card. Dan Frost with a nice 9. Myself at an 8. Yeah, Austin's definitely taking command and lead there.
That's it. A lot of locals on the leaderboard there. And make sure you join us for round 2 to see who takes it out. Thank you to Gatekeeper and Justice for the coverage.
What is up, disc golf fans, and welcome to the 2023 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship semifinals presented by Barbasol. I am not the smooth voice of Nathan Queen, but I do throw with the same hand as him. Name is Chris German, co-founder and co-owner of Gatekeeper Media. Along beside me, I have Nick Hansen, also with Gatekeeper Media, and we will be filling in for Fishing Queen here for this final Disc Golf Pro Tour event.
Yeah, I'm excited to close this event out here at Nevin Park. It's a great venue here for the last event of the year, as it's one of the more difficult courses we'll see on tour.
Yeah, as you can see our card, everyone is starting with 3 under. That is part of the new format here and the new finals that we have for the Disc Golf Pro Tour. You saw Calvin Heimberg starting with that 6-stroke lead on some of the members. As we go down this leaderboard, the top 12 will be moving on, and this will be a 2-round event essentially. So everyone will be playing 2 rounds in the semifinals. Top 12 moves on, goes to the finals. Simple as that.
First up on our card, Eagle McMahon, putting the Rainmaker, throwing the Mindbender. I'm sure we'll see some of those Cloud Breakers as well on some of these longer holes.
Yeah, Matty O, he was able to take down the chase card win over at MVP on our coverage. It's great to see that, get his first elite win. He'll be competing this week. I'm very excited to see him.
Yeah, and up next here we have Simon Lizotte. No surprise there to see him on our card. We've seen him numerous times this year. He's got that pixel he'll be putting with, some mid-ranges of course, and hopefully we'll see that time lapse, as you know, that new Simon line has got everybody very excited.
Yeah, and to finish out the card, Kyle Klein, the new major winner, added on there at USDGC. Very solid showing there. Was really in control most of the entire tournament. So,
all right, as we get into hole 1 here, 419 feet, par 3. As soon as you get to this gap here, you're gonna have this low ceiling. If you can get it through that gap at the beginning, you'll be inside the circle.
All right, everybody, welcome to our 2:35 p.m. tee time of the 2023 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship presented by Barbasol. At this time, please help me welcome Mr. Eagle McMahon.
Eagle McMahon just recently announcing that he will undergo surgery this offseason. So this will probably be the last time we're going to see him for a little bit until maybe mid-time next season. Good turn off this disc here. It's about pin high.
Yeah, I heard that it was more of an elective surgery for him.
Together for Mr. Matthew Oram.
That's good to see.
Required.
Yeah, that's good to see at a young age, to make sure you're just taking care of your body for the long run. And Matty O, that was so electric a couple weeks ago. Very surreal. I mean, anyone that was there would tell you it was like a blackout moment. So cool to witness.
Yeah, the energy that we saw on those those last 6 holes really was something we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see him lace some of these tight gaps.
Ooh, getting the lovely kick. Gonna be right outside circle.
Please give a warm Charlotte welcome to Mr. Simon Lizotte.
Simon has been, like you said, on Gatekeeper coverage a lot this year, so no stranger to seeing him.
Going with a much wider route than the other two. Looks like coming up just a little short. Maybe an outside circle too.
Rounding out our card, Please help me welcome Mr. Kyle Klein.
And Kyle Klein, he won at Waco from our coverage as well. Fun fact, there are 3 players on our card right now who won this year from our coverage on Chase Card with Kyle, Matteo, and Simon. It's looking like it just gets hung up right there at the end.
Yeah, it looks to be pretty obstructed there, having quite the stretch.
He's going to have to throw a cheeky little forehand approach. Gets a good tree kick. Should have been only about 15 feet there. Little
And
offline from
Simon, way off the mark on that one.
Wow. Everyone from the card so far is finding these trees. Hopefully they find them early, so that they don't find them later. Eagle with the birdie putt.
Good birdie for him there. This hole averaging about 0.28 under par. Only 38% of the field getting birdie.
A little short arm there from Kyle to start the round. Fortunately going to take that bogey. And with Nevin playing as hard as it is this year, they really did flip the course around, add a couple new holes, push things back, and this is probably one of the most challenging courses up there with Northwood Black. So these strokes that these players are getting are very crucial.
All right, here we are at hole 2. 366 feet. Left to right moving shot just slightly. If you can navigate these trees, you'll find yourself up inside the circle. We do have our first raised basket of the round.
Oh, good tree kick there. Actually going long in the basket.
Wow. It did look like it was going to be a good kick, but then just kept on sailing. Looks like Matteo has adjusted to that and he's going to hyzer out, and unfortunately catching one of those trees in circle 2.
And he'll be about 50 feet out there for his birdie look. This is looking good from Simon. Just needs to miss these last trees.
Good
Kyle.
reset from Kyle, but he's going to catch about halfway down the fairway.
You're probably about 100 out as this is looking great.
My goodness.
Wow.
Kyle Klein throwing it in from, how far would you think that is?
170 maybe?
Man, that looks perfect.
Yeah, that was awesome. It flipped up perfect. Good glide. Good thing he hit the basket, because if not, he was probably going to be 60 long.
Making up for that bogey on hole 1 right away here.
Wow.
Yeah, even he said it would have been 60 long.
Fireworks early here. That's the great thing about Nevin. This course really sets up for these long, kind of like circle 2 looks like this. Sets up for nice big putts.
Online, just a little low there from Matteo.
Simon, good circle 2 putt there. And we'll get our first Gatekeeper rewind as well. Looking like those new discs are working for him.
Oh. And this one actually 22% of the field birdied this one, with 2 of them coming from our card. That's a pretty good hole there. As we move into hole 3, par 4, 630 feet. You do have a Mando a little ways down the fairway there that you need to navigate left of, but then you're going to come back right at the end.
Yeah, this is where the course starts getting really tight and technical. We're going to see a couple tight fairways here. And if you kick off and end up in the rough, it's really tough to progress sometimes down the fairway.
Yeah, this hole came in as the 7th most difficult hole on the course today.
So kind of in the middle of the pack there. It's one of those holes, if you hit your line, you should be able to get up and down. Is that... You might be a little pinch there. That's going to be a little bit awkward. Might need to throw a big anhyzer to get around the corner.
Yes, he pushed that Mando tree there. Matty O getting a pretty good skip back into the fairway. Kyle's sidearm just a little inside there. Here's Matty O going with that big turnover to get down the fairway and making his way quite a ways up there into circle 2.
Yeah, good action there. That was a great shot. Simon will be throwing a similar line. This one looks like it's fading out, but I'd say a good tree kick kept him a little bit more in the center of the fairway. That looked like it was going to fade out into the woods.
Yeah, and as you said there, Eagle pinched, having to go with a very overstable turnover, giving him this bid from maybe outside circle 2. Should be able to get up and down for par.
Oh, good run there from Kyle.
Oh, Simon with another decent bid from deep.
Yeah, finding some metal. Man, these guys are feeling it from outside.
Whew.
Should just be some par cleanups here.
Only 2 birdies coming in on this one today. Ricky Wysocki and Adam Hammis.
Feeling great starts with a great shave. Today, the world is in the palm of your hand. Or at least this can is. For over 100 years, Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
All right, hole 4, 710 feet, par 4. Playing slowly right to left the entire way. This hole comes in as the 16th most difficult hole, playing almost 3.5 under par.
Yeah, I would say a must get at that point.
And he knew it out of his hand that that was 2 inside.
This looks good from Kyle. Great shot.
One of these holes where a couple short mid-range shots will give you opportunity for birdie.
Nice there from Matty O. Yeah, it's good to see other discs used in the bag and not everything just be distance drivers. Simon getting caught up. He looks like he's going to still be scrambling to get up and down for par.
I would agree that, like you said, it's good to see other discs off the tee. I feel like there was quite a while there where courses were heading to just throwing your drivers as fast as you could, whereas these wooded holes are making players throw a more placement shot and then able to throw a faster disc on a second.
Yeah, Simon got about pin high, circle 2 look for par.
Kyle getting one into circle 2 there for his birdie look.
Looks good from Eagle.
Oh, what a shot. Skipping it into the bullseye.
Oh, not the greatest reaction there. Pushed him back about 10 feet. Man, these guys are just online. They're so close.
Oh, Simon getting one from deep for par.
That's going to be Simon's second rewind of the round through the first 4 holes.
It's a good place to be when you're making those. I know he wants to be making them for birdies, but saving strokes nonetheless.
A nice putt from Matty. Left side. Sticks.
Looked like you giving that one a little body English there, trying to get it over that rim.
Yeah, with how difficult this course is, I think par is good. I mean, get your birdies when they come, but just keep the course in front of you and just play your game and get your pars. You can see Matty O starting with 4 pars in a row.
All right, we move into hole 5. Par 5 here as we head over some rolling hills and into the woods. Just over 1,000 feet, playing as the 11th most difficult holes, just barely playing under par at about 0.05.
Yeah, this is the first par 5 in a row. So these next 2 holes, it's back-to-back par 5s. So this is where the course can really kind of set you up for the rest of your round. Eagle turns this over a little too straight. Ends up right into that bush. That's going to be a tough out.
Looks to be having trouble grabbing some grip there, it looks like.
Yeah, a little bit. And as soon as he released it, he walked right to his bag and he said, "I need my birdie bag." So just some grip issues there from Simon. You can
still get birdie from there, though. That's the good news.
As far as changes, they didn't really change this hole much from last year, correct?
No, this is very similar to, I think this is the exact same. Telling it to sit. He knows that OB comes up quick on the left.
Check up it does. Gonna be in a good spot down there at the bottom side of the hill.
And we saw Simon looking up over the trees, so we had to tell Catch Cam Dave, hey, he's going up and over the big hyzer. Unfortunately, getting caught up. He did penetrate into the woods, but still has a lot of work there.
And Eagle pitching it out into the gap. Smart play there. Still able to attack from birdie.
Just needs to miss it. It does. That's looking great for Matty O.
Oh, Matty O.
Wow, anytime you're getting the catch cam spinning, you're throwing a good shot. Kyle's, gets caught up, but still pushes down the fairway just as good.
Yeah, both guys in range about 200 feet, maybe 150 or so to the basket.
Eagle catching a tree, only about 100 feet down the fairway. Now throwing 4, he's going to have to just try to save his par at this point.
Simon getting a big skip there at the end and a roll. Don't roll too far now.
Wow, only a 20-foot high skip there.
Yeah, that was a little absurd. Not your everyday skip. Eagle catching wood again. Scrambling for bogey at this point at best.
Oh no.
Oh, that's going to be a tough putt for bogey.
Matty O making it look easy. He's going to have himself a tapping birdie.
That's how you want to draw this one up. You see Kyle with a similar shot distance, but going with the opposite spin of the disc there and throwing a sidearm.
Yeah, and with that hill running and sloping that way, that was an interesting shot choice there. And right out of the hand, he kind of knew it. He pushed it a little too hard, and he was going to end up going down that hill.
Man, Simon with those putters, you never know when that disc is going to go in or not. Seems like it's always got a chance.
Good putt from Kyle to get the birdie. Traditional layouts, I do believe. Anytime I've came here, I've played to this basket.
This hole is playing as the 7th most difficult hole and playing at exactly even par.
Man, that was such a steep hyzer.
Wow, and that is so far